Oh my God, Florida State, what are you doing? The pride of the ACC. Wow. Wow. What are you doing? Yeah, good morning, it's Uncle Lou here. Welcome to today's stream. The 3:30 games coming up. The noon games, the ending of the noon games now. We got some good ones. Kansas State and Mizzou all tied up at 27 apiece. 3 seconds to go in that one. Florida State, Boston College. Boston College has come roaring back in this game. I think they've scored 19 unanswered points. Weren't they down 31-10? Florida State, Florida State 31, Boston College 29. A 2-point game with 4:15 to go. Boston College has the ball, 2nd and 11 on their own 21. Penn State all over Illinois. Field goal attempt last second for Mizzou. It looks good. It is good. Mizzou knocks off Kansas State. A little bit of an upset there. Kansas State was favored by 3.5. Mizzou gets the win. They're going to move to 3-0. Most likely will be ranked next week now, Mizzou will. And the fans are rushing the field. That's ridiculous. It's Kansas State in week 3. Come on. Come on. The fans are rushing the field at Mizzou. This is an absolute mob scene in week 3 for beating Kansas State. Unbelievable. Huge play by Boston College. 3rd and 20. And they pick up the first down on a pass. Oh my God. A field goal will win the game. Under 3.5 minutes to go. Unreal. Unreal. The pride of the ACC, Florida State. Do they still want Georgia, or they changed their mind on that? Where's all the Florida State fans talking about how they're going to whip Georgia in the playoffs this year? You can't beat Boston College, my dude. What are you doing? White Tonto's on a brand new Trail of Tears out here. This is embarrassing. This is embarrassing. 2nd and 10 coming up for Boston College. Holy moly. The hell? How in the hell? You ought to be ashamed of yourselves. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. Georgia and South Carolina game coming up here in a few minutes, so we'll of course have that one on. Florida State, Boston College, 3 minutes to go now. Boston College looking at a 3rd and 10. They're down 2. And then over here, y'all want to watch the beginning of the Tyler Buckner experiment? Let's do that. Tyler fucking Buckner. Tyler fucking Buckner. Unreal. Unreal. How y'all doing? How's everybody doing? Y'all hanging in there? Everybody enjoying their Saturday? I sure hope so. Let's see who's here. Binky Williams is here. God damn. What's up, Binky? How you doing? How your mom and them? How your mom and them? Shout out to Binky Williams in the chat. Carson, Auburn man, Tennessee boy, Keyshot, what's up, buddy? Naughty Parrot, GF Sports, Captain DCW, Matt Dummett, Chiquita, Gator Zone, Pastor Dave, Mullet Man. Has to be a Florida fan, I'm assuming. Any ranked Florida team is an overranked team. Nope, Mullet Man looks like a Georgia fan. That's a little concerning. Randy Hurd, what's up, buddy? What kind of wristwatch are we wearing today, Lou? This is a Bulova. This is a Bulova today. This is a Bulova today. King family, what's up, bud? Clay Gamble. Ryan Rakestraw, what's up, buddy? Missouri acting like they won the national championship. Yeah, I mean, look, it's a good win for Mizzou. They were a 3.5-point underdog. Kansas State was ranked 15th, but I don't think that's a rush to field win. That's some Clemson shit there. That's some Clemson. That's the type of shit Clemson does when they beat somebody. Rush the field for no reason. I don't understand that. Tyler Leopard, what's up, buddy? Derrick Henry, Marion Turner. Sam. I can't solo her. Okay. Clay Ramsey, Mr. Goat. Fractured Unity, Tiger Fanatic, Stingray. The Bradshaws, Mo Reala 27, Ken Southard, Floby, Bertonius. That's a great name. A great name. All right, they reviewed this fumble in the Florida State-Boston College game. Play stands. Florida State 31, Boston College 29. 4th and 24. Boston College is going to kick it away with 2:20 to go in the fourth quarter. Here's the kick. Fair catch called. It's going to hit the ground and go out of bounds around the 38-yard line. Florida State will have the ball 1st and 10 with 2:12 to go. They've got 2 timeouts remaining. They're up by 2. So basically, 1 first down, 2 at the most, and this thing is over. They need 1 or 2 first downs, and this thing is over. I'm disappointed in Bama, but they are not losing to South Florida, says Pastor Dave. I'd be absolutely shocked if they lose to South Florida. I'd be absolutely shocked if they lose to South Florida. Is Notre Dame still struggling with whatever garbage can they were playing? LSU just destroyed Mississippi State. ACC getting beat by another group of 5 team, that's no big surprise. That's all the ACC does is lose to group of 5 teams, basically. Let's see. The Georgia Southern-Wisconsin game was close for a while, but Wisconsin's pulling away in that one now. Miles Brown, thank you for the super chat, buddy. He says, Lou, what's more annoying to hear about, Nick Saban's never-ending revenge tour or Deion's grudge tour? Well, I would say right now more annoying would be the never-ending Nick Saban revenge tour because it's been going on for 2-3 seasons in a row, whatever it's been now, whereas the Deion thing is still only a few months old. But, yeah, both are pretty annoying. Both are pretty annoying. 1st and 10 for Florida State now, 2:16 to go. Pistol formation, Jordan Travis hands off up to gut. He's going to pick up a couple of yards. 2nd and about 8 coming up. Boston College going to use a timeout, I would assume. Yeah. Stops the clock with 2:11 to go. Georgia-Tennessee game just coming on the air here. Georgia the home team in this one. Kickoff should be in about, 10 minutes or so. Georgia, South Carolina. Seth Wessinger says, what's up, Lou? How's it going? It's going good, Seth. How about you? Hope you're doing all right. Hope you're doing all right. The Rabbit King said, Uncle Lou, see fur, go dogs. Yeah, go dogs. Go dogs. No doubt. Cassidy Cameron, Jared Martin, Dragonius, another great name. Bubba Tweet. Uncle Lou, how has your day been so far? So far, so good. Had a great breakfast this morning after the kickoff show. Bacon, eggs, biscuits. My favorite breakfast. Bacon, eggs, and biscuits. And got some chicken fingers and fried okra and macaroni and cheese and green bean casserole coming up this afternoon. And then a Rotel dip to snack on tonight during the primetime game. So I'm all set today. What are your thoughts on LSU beating Mississippi State? I didn't understand the upset alert talk on that game. I picked LSU to win and win big. Mississippi State's not a good team. They barely beat an Arizona school last week, and that's with the Mississippi State defense forcing 5 takeaways and still barely beat a really bad team. So I picked LSU to win big, and that one I was not surprised. The games that have surprised me today, I thought Kansas State would beat Missouri. That's a surprise. Obviously, the Florida State-Boston College game is a surprise. Anybody that says they saw this coming is lying. Boston College has been one of the worst teams in the country this year. They lost to a group of 5 team earlier already this season. There's no way anybody could have saw this coming in the Florida State-Boston College game. So it looks like Florida State's probably going to hold on and win. But still, a 2-point win against Boston College, nobody saw that coming. What other surprises do we have today? Penn State won and covered, so I picked that one. I was on that one. I had Penn State lay the points. That one was good. So, no, I guess, I mean, the only real upset so far is Missouri over Kansas State. And Kansas State was only a 3.5-point favorite, so that's not even that big of an upset. So, no huge surprises, I don't think, yet today, outside of maybe this Florida State game coming down to the wire. I don't think very many people saw that coming. I had Mizzou upsetting K-State, says Bubba Tweet. I guess UJ's win for Mizzou last season happens to other teams as well. Hashtag FSU. Yeah, now we get to listen to people tell us that FSU's not going to do anything. They're terrible and they're going to get beat every week because they only beat Boston College by 2. That's the way the internet works. Just like people said Georgia was going to lose every game after they beat Missouri 26-22 last year. Voltard Rep, thank you for the super chat. Currently at Clemson tailgating. I can smell the taters everywhere. Bit the bullet and bought YouTube TV so I can watch when Clemson falters each drive. Appreciate it. Thank you for the super chat. FSU got bailed out. They were gassed, says Captain Trips. Yeah, I mean, it was close in the first half, and then Florida State kind of pulled away a little early in the third quarter, and they were actually up 31-10, I believe, Florida State was. Boston College scored, kicked an onside kick in the third quarter, recovered it, scored again, and anyway, scored 19 unanswered points. Got it to within 2, but Florida State taking a knee now. So that one's going to end Florida State 31, Boston College 29. So a scare for Florida State there. The pride of the ACC, the Florida State Seminoles. What's your thoughts about CJP having a stroke saying USC Junior over UGA? What was that, a video he uploaded or something? I might have missed that. But South Carolina's not beating Georgia. He knows that. He knows that. So, yep. So, yeah. So, yep. Yeah. All right. So, what do y'all want to watch? I mean, I got Georgia, South Carolina. Georgia's taking the field now. Alabama and South Florida's about to come on over here. What do y'all want me to put on for the third game? Let me give you some options. Let me give you some options here. Here's what we can watch. Y'all tell me what you want to watch. We got 4 o'clock we got Western Kentucky at Ohio State. Might keep an eye on that one early. What else do we got that's either on or coming on? Minnesota at North Carolina. Oklahoma at Tulsa. We're going to do this Minnesota-North Carolina game. We'll watch it for a little bit, see if it's going to be close or any good. Then we'll check out Western Kentucky and Ohio State at 4. Georgia and South Carolina is about to kick off, though, so it's time to get serious. Y'all better start behaving in the comment section and hit that 67 thumbs up. 554 people in here and 68 that needs to be at 300. Hit the thumbs up. It's college football season, for Christ's sake. We wait all year for this. Come on now. Hit the thumbs up. I know you hate me, but don't you love college football, though? And 2? Jeez. Hurt my feelings. All right, let's see what we can do here. There we go. All right, getting ready to kick it off here in Athens. Georgia's about a 26-point favorite, depending on where you look. It's been bouncing around between 26 and 28. Georgia's going to kick off, and the ball is in the air. And Georgia kicks it out of bounds on the first fucking play for no goddamn reason. Going to give South Carolina the ball way up on the 30, just because why not? Why not start off by doing something wrong? Damn, idiot. The football field is 52 fucking yards wide. 52 yards wide. I don't understand how you kick it out of bounds on a kickoff. Jeez, just kick it out of the back of the fucking end zone next time. Quit fucking around trying to kick it down in the corner with these teams if you can't keep it between the white lines. Jesus Christ, now you're going to give South Carolina the ball out here. 1st and 10 on their own 35 instead of the 25. So a free 10 yards for the Shamcock because we can't kick the ball off. Pistol formation, snap, play action pass, throws complete, caught at the line of scrimmage. Shoestring tackle, picks up 4, maybe 5, out to about the 40. A little swing pass out in the flat there. Linebacker chased him down and made the tackle. 2nd and 5 from the 40. Empty backfield this time. Spencer Rattler sends a man in motion. Snap. Wants to throw. Looking downfield. Gets rid of it. Caught, but was he in bounds? I guess he was. Caught right along the sideline. Couldn't see his feet from that angle. Here we go. Yeah, it looks like he did get his left foot down. Good catch by the South Carolina man. 1st and 10 in Georgia territory on the 43. Handoff this time. Just doubled their season total in rushing yards. They picked up 2 yards on the play. 2nd and 8 now for South Carolina. All right, come on, defense. Hendrick, thank you for the super chat. If Tennessee beats Florida by 30, is that beginning of the end for Sunbelt Billy? I think Sunbelt Billy's getting fired next year, not this year. 2nd and 8 for Carolina on the Georgia 42. Rattler, play action pass, back to throw, good protection all day in the pocket, throws complete on a crossing route for a 1st down inside the 30 to the 28, 27 yard line. No pressure at all on Rattler, and I think we sent a blitz. We did. Pop Johnson, both inside linebackers blitz. South Carolina did a great job picking it up. No pressure at all on Rattler. Sits in the pocket all day, finds a man crossing over the middle for a nice gain. 1st and 10, South Carolina on the Georgia 27 yard line. Rattler, shotgun, snap. Play action, throws complete right at the line of scrimmage, hit and tackled for no gain. Nice play that time. Tyke Smith came up from the safety position to make the tackle right at the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up now for South Carolina. Michael Grubbs, thank you for the super chat. He says, Clemson versus Bama in the Living on Past Glory Bowl. Boy, who wouldn't love to see that? 2nd and 10, Rattler back to throw. Hitch pass out to the sideline, caught, and there's nobody near him. I mean, he's pushed out of bounds, but shit, he might have got a 1st down. I mean, it's just nobody near him. Just one of those little hitch passes right out in the flat. There's just nobody there. He ran 10 yards before anybody even touched him. There was a hold there they didn't call. 3rd and 1 coming up now for South Carolina. Murder ball, beamer ball. What's the difference, Lou? I don't see it, says Bulldog Brian. 3rd and 1 for South Carolina. Handoff. And they got it. Needed a yard. Picked up 5 or 6. Offensive line pushes him forward. I think he's there inside the 15. 1st down, Gamecocks. Alabama has the ball first against South Florida. Ty Buckner with a pass complete out in the flat to the running back. Picks up 8 or 9 yards. 2nd down coming up for the Gumps. 1st and 10, South Carolina on the Georgia 11. First possession of the game here. Rattler back to throw. Under pressure this time. Gets rid of it out in the flat. It's going to lose a yard. 2nd and 11 coming up now. 2nd and 4 for Bama. Tyler Buckner, shotgun. Brings a man in motion. Hands it off this time. Nowhere to go. No blocking at all. Jace McClellan loses 2 or 3 yards. 3rd and long coming up for the Gumps. And Tyler fucking Buckner. 2nd and 10. I thought he lost a yard. Ref says no. 2nd and 10 for South Carolina. Rattler in a shotgun. False start now on South Carolina. Credit the crowd there. Crowd noise got him that time. So 2nd and 15 now coming up for South Carolina. North Carolina has scored already on Minnesota, it looks like. They're at a commercial break, but I think I saw North Carolina score right before they cut away to commercial. 2nd and 15, Rattler back to throw. Good protection again. Now he's under pressure. They're going to get him. No, he gets rid of it and caught, actually. Another loss. Or he might have gained a couple of yards. Had Spencer Rattler wrapped up. He threw it. I thought he was throwing it away as he was falling down, but there was a receiver over there on the sideline, caught the ball. Michael Williams with the pressure. Throws Rattler to the ground. Gained a couple of yards, though. Actually lost a yard, I guess. 3rd and 16 coming up for South Carolina. 3rd and 16 from the 18. Rattler back to throw. Hitch pass caught by the wide receiver. Has some room. Still on his feet. Touchdown. Piss poor tackling. Good blocking by Carolina downfield, but piss poor blocking. Just a little tunnel screen out to the wide receiver, and Carolina takes the ball and marches right down the field and scores on their first possession. They're up 6-0 over UGA. Georgia blitzed right up the gut. South Carolina had the perfect play call. They set up a screen, and then nobody in the secondary even touched the wide receiver. Good blocking downfield by South Carolina. 9:56 to go in the first quarter. Here comes the extra point. It's good. South Carolina 7, Georgia 0. Georgia 0. See what Georgia can do when they get the ball. South Carolina got the ball to start the game. Went right down the field. No problem. No problem. Only one running play, I think. Only one running play, if I remember right. Just one running play? I think it was just one running play. Spencer Rattler, I don't think, threw an incomplete pass either. I don't think he threw a single incomplete pass. Alabama ended up having to punt it away. South Florida with the ball, 3rd and 5. Back to throw. Quarterback scrambling, running for his life now. Not even going to get back to the line of scrimmage. He's going to lose a couple of yards. Now South Florida's going to have to punt it away. So each team's had the ball once, Alabama and South Florida. Each team 3 and out. Yeah, he wasn't even close. Never even got back to the line of scrimmage. Still a commercial in the North Carolina and Minnesota game. Ooh, the ladies here with the food. How you doing? You doing all right? All right. Time to get serious now. The food's here. Georgia's losing. They ain't got no home training. I don't know. Do y'all like fried okra? Do y'all like fried okra? I love fried okra. I don't ever make it myself, though, so I have to find places to get it. And this chicken place in town makes amazing fried okra. God, that's good. God, that's good. All right, South Carolina 7, Georgia 0, 9:56 to go in the first quarter. South Carolina got the ball to start the game and went right down the field with no problem. I think they only ran one running play, if I remember right, a gain of like 2 yards. The rest of it was Spencer Rattler. And then they set up this tunnel screen here, and nobody touched him. I don't know if somebody on Georgia's defense blew that or if it was just really good blocking. I mean, it was definitely good blocking downfield by South Carolina, but great play call, too. Georgia sent the linebackers on a blitz. And South Carolina hit him with that wide receiver tunnel screen. Waltzed into the end zone. Gamecocks 7, Georgia 0. Carolina kicking off now. Kick is away. Goes into the end zone for a touchback. So this will be Georgia's first possession on offense. 9:56 to go. They trail by 7. Yeah, North Carolina did score. North Carolina 7, Minnesota 0. South Carolina scored. Georgia officially on upset alert. Yeah. It's 5 minutes into the game, so you might as well go ahead and call it. Georgia's losing. They suck. Yep. 5 minutes into the game. Georgia hasn't even had the ball yet. So therefore, you're right. This game is basically already over. What? Y'all are geniuses.
Alert the media.
Yeah, alert. She said alert the media. Handoff on first down. Breaks a tackle. Cuts upfield. Picks up maybe 4 yards. Good to see Dajon Edwards in the game. This is the first time he's played this year. He missed the first 2 games with an injury, so it's good to have him back at running back, Dajon Edwards. 2nd and 6 coming up now for the Dogs. This is their first possession. South Carolina 7. Georgia 0. Just under 9.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Carson Beck in a shotgun brings a man in motion. Dajon still in there at running back. They hand it to him again. Gets loose. Picks up a first down and then some. Needed 6. Gained about 9. First down, Georgia. Good to see Georgia running the ball early in this game. That's really the one area they've struggled in so far this year. That's really it. They've looked okay everywhere else. Pass defense has been good. They've got 4 or 5 interceptions already this year. Offense has looked pretty good through the air. It's the running game is really the one part of Georgia's offense that has been kind of slacking. Back to throw. Complete over the middle. Another first down. Picks up 12, maybe 13 yards that time. Is that Cash Money Jones? Is that Cash? Don't tell me that's not Cash Money Jones. Man. Do you think Georgia does this just to embarrass people? Georgia's got to be the only team in the country that plays like 6 or 7 walk-ons in the first quarter of games just to humiliate people. Look, now they got a wide receiver playing running back. So they went from a walk-on, Cash Jones, to now a wide receiver. Pass caught by Brock Bowers. Hitch pass, gain for 8, maybe 9. 2nd and short coming up. I think Georgia just does this to embarrass people. Lets the walk-ons play in the first quarter and catch passes and score touchdowns. Then puts a wide receiver at running back just for shits and giggles. 2nd and 1 now coming up for the Dogs. Under 8 minutes to go. South Carolina 7, Georgia nothing. This is Georgia's first possession. South Carolina scored on their first possession. 2nd and 1 on the South Carolina 44. Uh-oh, nowhere to go that time. Hit and dropped, a loss of about 5. I don't know what was going on there. Might as well put the wide receiver back in there again. I mean, there's just nowhere to go. I mean, Kendall Milton was hit about the time he got the ball. 3rd and long, Beck back to throw. Over the middle, caught! Laser beam over the middle. Marcus Rosemy, Jack Saint with a catch. Right over the middle. Boy, he threw that one on a fucking line, too. He threw that one like fucking rope. First down, Dogs. Needed that one. Needed that 3rd down conversion. Georgia inside the Carolina 40 now. I think I could eat 2 or 3 pounds of that fried okra. 1st and 10, play action pass. Steps up in the pocket, he's going to get sacked. Got to get rid of the ball. Got to get rid of the ball, Carstonian Beckworth. Got to get rid of the ball. Can't sit back there with it. Joshua Toprek says, Notre Dame fan here. I'm just wondering how Bama thought taking our worst QB and offensive coach would make them so much better and hurt our feelings. How's that working out for you, Bama man? Still no score in that one. South Florida's got the ball. Going to be 2nd and about 4 for them. Alabama's had the ball a couple of times and hadn't done shit, but that's no surprise. They're not any good. 2nd and 16 for Georgia. Backed up to the Carolina 42. Caught. A little hitch pass that time to Marcus Rosemy. Jack Saint picks up 7 or 8 yards. Back to 3rd and short here. 5:40 to go. 3rd and... No, it's going to be 3rd and about 8. They got to get all the way up to the 26 for a first down. 3rd and 8. Carson Beck in a shotgun, 3 wide up top. Snap, Beck back to throw. Carolina blitzes, Beck throws off his back foot, which generally speaking is a terrible idea. Pass falls incomplete. Georgia's going to have to settle. Uh-oh, there's a flag down. Did they hit Carstonian late? Did they hit Carstonian Beckworth late, or what happened here? If you're going to throw the ball, Carstonian, throw it. I don't need none of this back foot bullshit. Yep. Automatic first down for the Dogs after that penalty. Late hit on Carstonian Beckworth, I think is what they called. Oh, what they call holding? Holding in the defensive secondary, I guess. 1st and 10 for the Dogs now on the Carolina 24. Handoff to Kendall Milton, right up the gut. Drags a Carolina player with him for a gain of 8. Nice running play that time. 2nd and 2 coming up for the Dogs. 5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Each team's had the ball once. Well, this is Georgia's first possession. Carolina's had the ball once. They went right down the field and scored, too, if you tuned in late. South Carolina went right down the field and scored like Georgia's defense didn't even exist. All through the air. I think it was only one. Carolina only ran it, I think, one time for a yard or two. The rest of it was Spencer Rattler. 2nd and 2 for the Dogs now. Another handoff up to gut. Needed 2, only picked up 1. It's going to be 3rd and 1 coming up now for the Dogs. Quarterback sneak. It's going to be close. Going to be close. I think he got it. Needed a yard, got a yard plus a couple of inches. That's it. Jonathan Jones, thank you for the super chat. He says, congrats on 63K, Lou. I'm a Bama fan, though. Hope you don't hold it against me. Of course I don't hold it. This channel's for everybody, man. I just don't hide the fact that I'm a Georgia fan, you know. Look, every college football commenter or commentator or analyst, from the biggest ones on TV to the lowest nobodies on the internet, they're all a fan of somebody. Some of them just hide that. I just don't hide it. Georgia's my favorite team. I don't hide that, but I'm a college football fan. I'm a college football fan first. So, no, of course I don't hold that against you. And did I hit 63K? I know when I looked the other day it was getting close. Thank you for the kind words. Games you have action on, question mark. I have USF and the under. I didn't bet any games today. I might bet some of the games tonight. I didn't bet any of the games today or this afternoon. Still no score, Alabama and South Florida. Oregon State's up 3-0 over San Diego State. Boy, sure would be nice if Clemson still had DJ Ukulele. Instead, they're stuck with Cade Klubnik. And that guy don't know what he's doing. That guy does not know what he's doing. South Carolina scored. Georgia officially on upset alert. Oh, that's right. That's that Hector guy that watches the first 3 minutes of a game and then draws all his conclusions based on that. Mike Lucas says, Woo's channel truly is for everyone, even the Wake Forest man. That's right, Mike. Did y'all come back and win? I'm not even trolling. I'm not trolling. Did y'all come back and win, Wake Forest? I know they were losing to Old Dominion. And I didn't see what the final was. North Carolina still up 7-0 over Minnesota. Drake May throws complete. Boy, Drake May throws a pretty ball, don't he? It's easy to see why the NFL is drooling over Drake May. He doesn't have the talent around him as some of the other top 10 teams do, you know. But you don't have to watch Drake May for very long to understand why the NFL is drooling over him. Hateful Eight is in shambles. I don't even know what that means. USF is a big game for Bama. Game jitters. Yeah, probably. South Florida going deep. Nobody home. Overthrew everybody. Incomplete pass. 2nd and 10 coming up for South Florida. 8 minutes to go in the first quarter. No score in that one. Oklahoma's up 14-0. Shout out to Bad Dog. Bad Dog, you need a win today, don't you? Bad Dog needs to win bad, as he's also a Giants fan. Another bomb into the end zone. Man, it seems like the receiver might could have laid out for that one. He had a step on the defender. I don't know. It falls incomplete, but it seems to me like if you're South Florida and you're planning on beating Alabama, you got to lay out for that pass there. First and 10 Dogs after the commercial break inside the 15. Carstonian Beckworth back to throw. Running backwards. Tries to set up a screen. Nobody home. Pass falls incomplete. Second and 10 coming up now for Georgia. Slim says, Bama looks like they did before Saban got there. Damn, man. Don't tell the Bama fans that. They're not ready to handle that type of reality. They're not ready to handle that type of reality. All right, second and 10. Carstonian Beckworth under center this time. Snap. Handoff. Picks up a yard. That's it. Three minutes to go in the first quarter, or coming up on 3 minutes to go, and Georgia with another third down here. South Florida has taken the lead over Alabama 3-0 with a field goal. I repeat, South Florida has taken the lead over Alabama 3-0. Third and 9 now for Georgia. 4 wide. Carstonian back to throw. Complete right at the line of scrimmage. This shit makes me fucking sick. I'm so sick of 80% of our pass plays being hitch passes at the line of scrimmage. I'm all for those plays every once in a while. Like, goddamn, 8 out of 10 pass plays are at or behind the line of scrimmage. It's the same way last year, too. I understand doing that with Stetson Bennett. He can't throw the ball from here to there, but I said it last week. I don't understand why Carson Beck is the quarterback if you're not going to let him throw the ball downfield, because there's no other benefit to playing Carson Beck. Me or anybody in the chat can throw hitch passes. Alabama is going to be unstoppable after they lose to South Florida. Yeah, Captain Trips, thank you for the super chat. Yeah, Bama's the only team in the country. The more games they lose, the better they get. The more games they lose, the better they get. Uh-oh, Bama lost. Better watch out for them now. I guess South Florida didn't get the message about how good Bama's supposed to be now that they lost. I don't know. I don't know. 31-yard field goal attempt coming up for Georgia. Snap, hold, kick. It's good. So, each team's had the ball once. Your score, South Carolina 7, Georgia 3. Georgia's going to have to do something defensively. Tighten up in the secondary or something. South Carolina threw their way right down the field the first time. I think they only ran the ball one time. I know I keep saying that. I'm trying to think back to that drive. I can only remember one running play that South Carolina ran, and it was like a 2-yard run right up the middle. I think the rest of their plays were all Spencer Rattler pass plays. I swear I could eat my body weight in fried okra. I could literally eat my body weight in fried okra. Vanderbilt football fan says Georgia is ass. Hate to remind you that you're a Vandy fan, but you are. You lost to Wake Forest. And then Wake Forest lost to Old Dominion. And every time you play Georgia, you lose by 50. It's 7-3 in the first quarter, and Georgia is ass, says a Vanderbilt fan. Thank you for that amazing contribution to the show. Tigers taking the East, woo. Missouri's winning the East now. Boy, I love these overreactions. Keep them coming. Georgia's not any good. Missouri's winning the East. What else we got? Georgia going to be mid this year. Anybody? Hey, you got to be 15 or older to be in this chat. I need you to leave. There's no way you're over 15 if you're using the word mid. Lucas Sharp saying, not saying that Georgia will lose, which I don't think they will. I think Georgia will get their stuff together, but if Georgia actually somehow loses, then who's the number one team then? Well, don't you have to wait till the end of the day and see how everybody plays? I mean, who's number two now? That would be the logical answer to your question, unless they lose, right? You got to wait and see what everybody else does. Lou, Hogs may actually beat Bama this year after 17 plus years. Yeah, that's right. Missouri versus Arkansas in the SEC championship game. This is the type of insider information you only get here on LouTube. Missouri versus Arkansas in the SEC championship game this year. Thank you, Hogs Barbecue. What was that? A touchdown by Alabama, but there's a flag down. I don't know what's happening here. Holding, it's going to come back. It looks like it's going to come back. Huge play by Bama. Gets wiped away by a holding penalty. Wow. Is there a more undisciplined team in the country than Alabama? How many penalties did they commit last week against Texas? 10 or 11? What was this? A kickoff return. Huge kickoff return comes all the way back. Just absolute poverty here by Alabama. All right, South Carolina's offense back out on the field now for their second possession. Gamecocks 7, Georgia 3. 2:02 to go in the first quarter. 1st and 10 on their own 25. Rattlers in a shotgun on 1st and 10. Has a running back there with him. Slings it out to a running back in the flat. Nowhere to go. Gets back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. 2nd and 10 coming up now for South Carolina. Wake beat Old Dominion. Grow up, woo. Don't put that smack on my deeks. Well, Wake Forest sucks, man. That's not smack talk. I mean, they're just not very good. But congratulations for coming an amazing come-from-behind win over Old Dominion, though. 2nd and 11 for South Carolina. Rattler back to throw. Under pressure, but gets rid of it. Wide open receiver caught on the sideline. Needed 11, gained 13. Soft coverage on the outside there by, who is that? Everett? Is that Dalen Everett? Tighten up, man. Tighten up, buddy. Better tighten up. 1st and 10 for South Carolina now on their own 37-yard line. Rattler, shotgun, back to throw again. Steps up in the pocket, wants to run, gets grabbed from behind and slung down. Tackled by literally 2 fingers is all it took to sack Rattler that time. Georgia doubles its sack total on the year. Georgia now goes from 1 sack on the season to 2. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Georgia now with 2 sacks for the year. Unbelievable. 2nd and 13. Rattler throws complete. Hitch pass behind the line of scrimmage. Goes nowhere. Pop Johnson came out and made the tackle from his linebacker spot. Loses another yard or 2. It's going to be 3rd and 14. All right, this is where the defense needs to make a play and get off the field here. You can't be letting them convert 3rd and 14s, right? It's liable to drive me to an early fucking grave. It's 3rd and 15. I expect somebody to make a play here and for this defense to get off the damn field. That's what I expect to happen. But we're going to have to wait 5 minutes to find that out because it's the end of the first quarter and it's time for a commercial break. Hey, Lou, do you think Spencer Rattler is underrated? I don't know where he's rated at. It depends on where he's... I don't really know what you mean by that. I don't really know what you mean by that. Underrated, like, by who? Bama loses to Kentucky this year in Lexington. My God almighty. I'm going to start making a list.
Got a bunch of hot takes going on?
I'm going to start doing this during every live stream. And then maybe every Sunday or Monday, I'm going to make a video called The Dumbest Shit People Said in My Live Stream. So we got, somebody just, I'm I missed the name. Who was it that said that? Well, I'll never find it now. Here's what I learned. Bama losing to Kentucky. Mizzou is winning the East. Arkansas is winning the West. So far, those are the 3 dumbest things I've seen today. But I'll keep that list going, and then maybe on Monday I'll make a video called The Dumbest Things I Learned on Saturday. Peyton says, Lou kinda nervous for the dogs. Thank you for the super chat, Peyton. Josh says, hey Lou, you think Bama saw the horns on the Bulls helmets and got PTSD? Maybe. Maybe. Oh, Underrated said that. I gotta start writing down who says this. I can't remember who said Mizzou's winning the East. Let me see. Christian S says, what's up? Christian with a K here. Met you in Huntington, West Virginia. Hope you're doing well. Might be your season is over here for the dogs coming tomorrow. Yeah, we're in the second quarter and Georgia's losing by 4, so they're probably going to lose. Is that what we're doing? Hogs may actually beat Bama this year. Hog barbecue. Yeah, Hogs barbecue said that. All right, I just don't know who said the thing about Missouri winning the East. Yeah, I don't know who said that. Lou, Rudy's struggling against something called Central Michigan. I guess they're going to lose then, according to my comment section. For Spencer Rattler, he's ranked 13 in efficiency, but I feel like the media has just talked about... Hold on, what does that say? Can I make this smaller, or what do I need to do? Here we go. Spencer Rattler's ranked 13 in efficiency, but I feel like the media has just talked about how he was last season at the beginning. Yeah, he was terrible the first half of last season. He was a lot better the second half of last season, Spencer Rattler was. Why the hell do we sit players every freaking play? Continuity, please. I've been complaining about that forever. I don't understand why we need to play 13 or 14 different receivers in the first half of a game. That doesn't make any sense to me either. I'm sure there's a reason, and I'm not smart enough to know what it is, but that irritates me too. It irritates me too. Incomplete on 3rd and 14, broken up by Tyke Smith on a deep post route down the middle. And South Carolina's going to have to punt it away on 4th and 14. Well, I say they're going to have to punt it away, but let's not forget about Beamer ball. They're likely to try something stupid at some point. Will it be now? Will it be later? I don't know. But they're likely to try either a fake punt or a fake field goal or an onside kick or some kind of one of Shane Beamer's juggling routines or some shit at some point. Here we go for the punt, and he actually punted it. So the kick's away, hits the ground at the 35, and it's going to be downed right there. Georgia will take over 1st and 10 on their own 35. South Carolina 7, Georgia 3. South Carolina's had the ball twice. Georgia's had the ball once. Percent better. Every time I see that, I wish you told me what the percentage was. You know what I'm saying? This guy's name is Percent Better, but I don't know what percent.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're any percent better, that's good, but like even if you're just 1% better, that's good. But like, what if he was like 80% better? Like that's amazing.
That's an improvement.
Yeah.
Vast
Either
improvement.
way, I think it's good that you're better, but I wish I knew the percentage because it just says percent better. Chris, thank you for the super chat. Says, can we get a special Your Season is Over Florida edition tomorrow after the Vols humiliate them in the dirty ass swamp? Well, every Your Season is Over video is special. And whoever loses the Florida-Tennessee game, of course, will be featured prominently in the Your Season is Over video, as well as whoever loses this Georgia-South Carolina game. Official Gorilla Mask. What's up, buddy? He says Georgia will be fine. They will beat the Shamecocks, but UTEP's making the playoffs. Woo. Now, see, I'm not going to write that down because I know you, and you don't actually believe that. But some of this other stuff that people are saying, like, they actually believe it. They actually believe it. Billy Boy, thank you for the super chat. He says Fuckner can't get a first down for Bama. Yeah, it's almost like he's not any good. Yeah. Hey. Oh, the poor little Bama man says, oh, and their players wear pacifiers instead of the regular. Oh, the poor little Bama man. Whee! Let's go. Let's for college fucking football. Let's go. South Florida 3, Alabama 0. 4.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. North Carolina still up 7-0 over Minnesota. 14 minutes to go in the second quarter of that one. Duke all over Northwestern early 14-0. Oklahoma is rolling 27-0 over Tulsa. Oregon State up 6-0 now over San Diego State. There you go. There you go. There's your updates. There's your updates. I still think Alabama can pull off this upset and win the game. 2nd and 6, though, for South Florida on their own 35. Shotgun. Back to throw. Looks to his left. Gets rid of it. I think that might have been intercepted. Tip drill. 1st and 10 for the Dogs on their own 35 after the South Carolina punt. Carstonian Beckworth back to throw. Caught. Marcus Rosemy Jack Saint again picks up 6, maybe 7 yards. I don't understand. Now, y'all want to know about the switching people out? Did you see that? This guy plays one play. Marcus Rosemy Jack Saint plays one play. He stands up and he taps his head. That means I need to come out when they do that. Why would you ever volunteer to come out of a game? I don't know. One play? Come on, man. 2nd and 2. Maybe he's hurt. Hope he's not, but I don't know. Probably, look at him. Looks fine. He's just thirsty after one play. 2nd and 2. Keep it on the ground. Gains 4. Picks up the first down. Moves the sticks. 1st and 10 Dogs. They trail by 4. Just under 14 minutes to go in the second quarter. North Carolina has scored again. Extra point is up and good. Tar Heels 14. Minnesota 0. Why does it say 3rd down? What did I miss? I thought they just got a 1st down. Or CBS just fucking things up again. Yeah, it's 1st down. They're just wrong on the TV. First down. 1st and 10 Dogs. Near midfield. Play action pass. Beck throws. He's hit as he throws. Boy, he's lucky that wasn't intercepted. It looked like his arm got hit as he... Well, first of all, he never should have made the throw. The running back was covered in the flat. I'm not sure what he was thinking there. That was not good. Because that's a pick 6 if that's intercepted. That's a pick 6 if that pass got... That was terrible. The fuck are you doing, Karsten? Get your shit together, buddy. 2nd and 10. Carstonian Beckworth in the pocket. Throws. Complete. C.J. Smith gains 7... Maybe 8. It's going to be 3rd and short coming up now for the Dogs. What are you doing, man? I don't know, man. Am I going to have to come off the Carstonian Beckworth hype train?
I don't know. We'll see.
Boy, Carstonian Beckworth does not want those problems.
No,
I'm telling you right now.
not.
Carstonian Beckworth does not want Uncle Lou coming after him.
No, he doesn't.
He better get it together. 3rd and 3. Carstonian back to throw. Good protection.
Oh.
Batted down at the line of scrimmage. Fuck! They have to kick it away now. We're in Carolina territory, but barely. I think we're on the South Carolina 47, something like that. Probably going to have to kick it away. Yeah, just batted down at the line of scrimmage. They're going to go for it on 4th and 3. Nope, South Carolina calls a timeout. Probably give Kirby just enough time to change his mind and kick it away here. Mel Brew, thank you for the super chat. He says, prediction. Beck, 400 yards and 5 touchdowns. Michael Williams, 3 sacks. Heisman coming out party. For Beck, what, today? Shit. Well, he better get to work. He better get to work. Michael Williams, 3 sacks has a possibility of happening. I don't know about Carstonian Beckworth throwing for 400 today. Hard to do that on hitch passes all game long. Devin Johnson, thank you for the super chat. He says, Nick Saban having a bad hair day. Do I need to look at Nick Saban's hair? 4th and 3. South Florida's going to go for it on the Bama 46-yard line. Snap, back to throw. Sacked. Back at midfield. Bama will take over. Turnover on downs. 1st and 10, Bama at midfield. Underrated says, Lou, since my comment was dumb enough to start the list, I say you track the dumbest comments of the year on the board and see which ones pan out. Yeah, well, I mean, I've got them down in my book of copious notes here, so they're not going anywhere. I've got them written down in the book of misery. Captain Tripp says, 2 teeth, 4 teeth, that's all we got. Stand up and holler if you think your sister's hot, says the Tennessee man. Boy, them hillbillies up in Tennessee, boy, they are something, ain't they? They are something. Bulldog Brian says, Sunbelt Billy and Sunbelt Bama, match made in heaven. Tyler Buckner on 1st and 10 takes off running, doing his best Jalen Mildew impersonation. Picks up about 8 yards. 2nd and 2 coming up now for Bama. A minute and a half to go in the first quarter. South Florida 3, Bama 0. Best field position of the day for Bama, though, on the South Florida 41. Buckner completes a hitch pass, and the receiver falls down right away. There was no one around him. He just fell down for no reason. No gain. Bama like the bad news bears out. I don't know what they're doing. Bama might. Nick Saban, people keep talking, is this going to be Nick Saban's last year, or is he going to retire at the end of the season? He might pull a Steve Spurrier and just adios right in the middle of this motherfucker. That's what he might do. My God, Bama looks bad. 3rd and 2 coming up for Bama. They keep it on the ground, and Buckner picks up the first down. Needed 2, gained 3. Dove forward for the first down. And Georgia has decided to punt the ball away. Kick is up. Fair catch called and made at about the 12 or 13-yard line. So South Carolina will have the ball 1st and 10, backed up inside their own 15. 12 and a half minutes to go in the second quarter. South Carolina 7, Georgia 3. Each team's had the ball twice. Buckner can't get a first down for Bama. That's sad. The segment can be called 5-Star Chat Fools or Dummies. 5-Star Chat Dummies. Might be a good one, too. With the Border Bash not happening annually every season in Augusta, do you think it will still occur every time they play? I was thinking about that the other day. I hope they still do it, even though the game won't be played every year. I hope they'll still continue to do the Border Bash every other year. I mean, they've been doing that thing for 20 or 25 years down here. And it's a lot of fun. A lot of people come. I mean, 20, 30,000 people come to that thing. The cheerleaders from both the schools come. The mascots from both the schools come. They've got bands that come and play. A bunch of vendors that come and set up merchandise booths and things like that. It's just a lot of fun. So I hope they find a way to keep it going, even though Georgia and South Carolina aren't playing every year anymore. Christian says, I told y'all Duke is good. No, Christian, we told you all offseason Duke was good and was beating you. You didn't believe us. And then they blew you out 28-7, and now you're running around telling people Duke is good after they beat you 3 weeks ago, after they blew you out 3 weeks ago. We told you before the game Duke was good and was going to beat you. Isn't Nick Saban's new beach house in Florida halftime? He might be fishing with Mrs. Terry. Yeah, he bought a $17 million house in Jupiter, Florida. Nick Saban did. Yep. At what point, Lou, will Georgia need to pull the hot dogs out? That's a great question. That's the secret weapon against Shane Beamer. You get to eating hot dogs, there ain't a goddamn thing he can do about it. Except get mad and cry in a post-game press conference and blame the fucking hot dogs. What a fucking winner Shane Beamer is. All right, 1st and 10 Carolina on their own 12. blown up. This is a battle of hitch passes. There has to have been at least 15 hitch passes thrown in this game already. Total by both teams combined. Has to be. At least 15 passes already thrown behind the line of scrimmage total. Loss of 3. 2nd and 13 now inside their own 10-yard line. Empty backfield now. 5 wide. Rattler back to throw. Steps up. Gets rid of it. Complete. Just short of the 20. Going to be a couple of yards short of a first down. Gained about 10 though. 3rd and short. Third and short coming up for Carolina. 3rd and 2. Just inside the 20. They need to get to the 22. Rattler shotgun. Snap. Back to throw. Under pressure. Gets rid of it. Caught. The damn defender fell down. Come on, man! Motherfucker on the goddamn ground. What are you doing? The fuck, man? First and 10. Carolina. Georgia can't stay on their fucking feet. Play action pass. Rattler back to throw. Under pressure, but gets rid of it. Almost intercepted. Almost intercepted. Lassiter knocks it away. God. 2nd and 10. I ain't got my goddamn blood pressure up now. Y'all better not be trolling me. Nicholas, thank you for the super chat. Duke isn't good. Clemson is just on Northwestern's level. Wow. That's embarrassing if that's true. That's embarrassing if that's true. 2nd and 10 from their own 30. Rattler hands it off. Nowhere to go. Spins forward for a couple of yards. 3rd and long coming up now for South Carolina. It seems like they have 3rd down every damn time, though, but they keep getting it. Is it raining, or is there just something wrong with the fucking camera?
No, it's pouring down.
Pouring down rain in the Alabama game? Blame the weather. Just like Ohio State man will tell you. Blame the weather in this Alabama game. 3rd and 8 now, though, and 2, and also coming up for South. Rattler back to throw. Gets rid of it. Caught, but short of the first down. It's going to be 4th and 2 from their own 38. How gutsy does Hot Dog Shane want to be here? How gutsy does Hot Dog Shane want to be here? 4th and 2 on their own 38. Better watch the fake here. Better watch the fake here. Yeah, it is pouring. I can see it. That's pouring down rain in this Alabama game. The kick is away. Fair catch called and made at the 18. 1st and 10, Georgia. South Carolina 7, Georgia 3. Woo, I'm a Bama fan, but I can't keep up with this stuff as well as you. How many 5 stars does Bama have on the field? I'm having trouble picking one out. I don't know the exact number, but out of, there's 11 players on the field at any given time. Probably half of them are 5 stars at least, depending on which package they have in the game. KP, thank you for the super chat. He says, is the SEC down, or is it that Georgia and Alabama down, so it seems like it's down? USC is winning. So is that why it seems like the Pac-12 is winning? Well, the Pac-12 is way better, not just Southern Cal. The Pac-12 in general is clearly way better than it was a couple of years ago. The SEC, I think, is having a down year relative to a normal year for the SEC. But I don't think any one has to do with the other. The Pac-12 is clearly better. I mean, they've got 8 teams in the top 25. 8. Wow. Drake May just, well, I guess that was a replay, but Drake May just got, that was a snot bubbler. The only good team in the SEC is Rocky Top and Bazooka Joe. Yeah, that might. There it is. Another dumb fucking comment. Duke isn't good. Clemson is just Northwestern. Lou, who's the biggest all-time college football clown? Shane Beamer or Dan Mullen? Neither. It would be either Derek Dooley or Butch Jones. You going to live stream Cincinnati versus Oklahoma? I don't know what the live stream schedule will be. I don't know yet. The live stream schedule will be announced next Thursday. So I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing for next weekend yet. I'd like to accept the Bama rematch with Buckner at QB instead of Milroe. He's really great, says Nash Talks Texas. But it's raining, though. Don't forget that. It's raining. North Carolina's still up 14-0 over Minnesota. All right, let's see if Georgia can get something going on offense here. How many different variations of hitch passes can we throw? 1st and 10. Let's see what type of hitch pass they want to throw here. 1st and 10, shotgun. Handoff. Nice hole. Stays on his feet. Picks up about 13 yards. That's one of the best runs of the year for Georgia. Top 5. That's a top 5 run of the year right there for Georgia. It is good to have Dejon Edwards back. He missed the first 2 games, so good to see him back today. Still no Ladd McConkey, of course. Ladd McConkey's on the George Pickens and the A.D. Mitchell plan where Kirby keeps telling us they're close to coming back, but you won't see him until the postseason. 1st and 10 for Georgia. A reverse, a flea flicker, going deep, incomplete. That was all kinds of weird. A sweep, a reverse, a flea flick back to Carstonian Beckworth, who then threw the ball over Brock Bowers' head. That was all kinds of weird looking. Not sure on that there. Butch Jones is the next Alabama head coach. Woo, says the Gorilla Mask. We used to kid around because when he got fired from Tennessee, Butch Jones, he was hired as an analyst at Alabama, and we used to call him the head coach in waiting. Big hole for Dejon. There he goes. 40, 50. Pushed out of bounds into Carolina territory at the 49. Nice looking play there off right tackle. Nice. Good downfield blocking by Arian Smith there. Nice looking play. Georgia in business here in Carolina territory. 1st and 10 on the 49. Carstonian Beckworth in a shotgun. Hands it off to Kendall Milton this time. Drives forward for 2 or 3 yards. It's going to be 2nd and about 7 coming up for Georgia. Did you put salt and pepper in it? I will. I just seen if you did. So I didn't do it double. Y'all eat green bean casserole? God, I love green bean casserole. That's hot as shit, though. I'm gonna have to wait a second on that. How you doing?
I'm good.
You doing good?
Yeah.
Good. God damn it. I made a goddamn mess.
You're all flustered. Come on now.
Well, maybe if Georgia can score a fucking touchdown.
Right. You'd be at ease.
James Peach, thank you for the super chat. Murder ball, woo. Well, I'll be happy with anything that results in points right about now. Buckeye fan here, hoping you get to 100K subscribers. Thank you, Bye and Sandy. We'll get there. We'll get there at some point. The SEC is messing up getting rid of USC and Georgia playing every year, in my opinion, says Captain Trips. Well, you can't play everybody every year, you know? So, if they're going to do the let you keep two rivals or whatever it is, that's obviously going to be Auburn and Florida for Georgia. Georgia, South Carolina is just not a rivalry game. Hot take. Jalen Mildew will transfer to Colorado and take over after Shedeur Sanders. Oh, boy. Oregon State now up 12-0. On a roll, boy. If only Clemson had DJ UncleLouHere instead of Cade Klubnik. But they don't. They have Cade Klubnik. They ran UncleLouHere out of town to ukulele. Our buddy, DJ UncleLouHere. Bama learned from OSU. They're already blaming the weather. Of course they're going to blame the weather. Of course they're going to blame the weather. Blame the weather, blame injuries. Blame the fact that they're not any good. Tennessee whipping the lot lizards tonight. Yeah, I got Tennessee winning that one. 2nd and 7 for the Dogs. On the Carolina 46, Carstonian Beckworth hands off to a wide receiver playing running back, Dylan Bell. Picks up about 6 yards. Georgia's just out here messing with people. Who's that? Oh no, that's Amarius Mims. That's not good. That's not good. Amarius Mims out on the offensive line. That's not good at all.
Oh, weather delay.
Weather delay. Boy, the Bama fan happy. No. That means for like, let's say the weather delay lasts like 2 hours. That means for 2 hours on the bottom of the screen, it's going to be scrolling South Florida 3, Alabama 0. 3rd and 1, Georgia didn't gain a fucking inch. 4th and 1. I mean, he didn't gain an inch. 4th and 1. Got to go for it down here. Got to go for it down here. Here they go. Snap. Back to throw. Complete. Oh. Wow. Oscar Delp looked like he didn't think he was getting the ball. He shouldn't have thrown it to him. He should have thrown it to the other guy. Delp was open, but the other guy was open and had space. Who was it? The other tight end or running back? Who was that? Brock Bowers, or did Brock Bowers go downfield? Is it Dejon Edwards? Who is it? Yeah, Dejon. Should have thrown it to Dejon. Not sure what he was doing there, but first down, Dogs. 1st and 10 for Carstonian. Another handoff. Picks up a couple of yards. 2nd and about 8 coming up now. I love my Buckeyes, but the tackling is piss poor. I wanted to put that game on. I thought Ohio State's defense had been playing pretty good so far this year. The offense for Ohio State, to me, is what had been a little sluggish. I've been impressed with their defense so far. They're up 7-0 over Western Kentucky with 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. Murder ball, more like shoplifting ball. What does that mean? Bama get caught shoplifting something? Carson back to throw. Steps up, gonna take off running. 1st down, slides inside the 20. And a late hit. It's gonna be 1st and goal probably for Georgia after this penalty. Tennessee whooping the lot lizards. Let's see, we got that one. Blame the weather, we got that one. I'm making sure I didn't miss any of these super chats here. Butch Jones, head coach of Bama. Yeah. Late hit. Carson Beck slid. Carolina hit him late. So tack some yardage on at the end of that. Would have been a 1st down anyway. This just puts it up closer into the red zone here. Or is this going to be around the 12-yard line or so? Yeah, that was clearly a late hit. Yeah, that was an obvious call there. First and goal for the Dogs, so somewhere inside the 10. Where are they? Looks like they're just barely inside the 10. Just inside the 10, first and goal. Carstonian in a shotgun. Hand off to Kendall Milton. The entire offensive line forgot to block. Loss of 3 or 4 on the play. Second and goal from Jupiter. Second and goal, Georgia. If they kick another field goal here, I'm liable to lose my ever-loving fucking mind here. Score a goddamn touchdown. Fuck these goddamn field goals. Second and goal from the 13. Beck back to throw. Incomplete. Intended for Bowers. Completely covered up. I don't know why he threw that ball. I mean, you can't call that. I mean, that's not pass interference. If that's pass interference, then you could call it on every fucking play. So, I mean, you can't call that. You just gotta get open and make a fucking catch. Third and goal. This smells like a give-up running play to me. Third and goal. Snap. Back to throw. Fucking false start. Now it'll be a give-up play. Why? They're running a give-up play and kick another fucking field goal now. Or a hitch pass. Ain't seen a hitch pass in about 30 seconds. It's got to be time for that. Third and goal from the fucking 18. Carstonian Beckworth in a shotgun, 4 wide, back to throw. There's the hitch pass. And there's a 5-yard fucking gain. Roster like this, and here's our product. The weather delay just prolongs the embarrassment, says J.R.R.R. He's talking about Alabama. Woo, I work in NASCAR, and I'm happy as hell right now because our ratings are going to go up thanks to Mildew and Buckner. The Alabama man is no more. Thank you. Thank you for the super chat, Nicholas. Yeah, the NASCAR ratings are getting ready to go through the roof if Alabama keeps losing games. Those bandwagon fans will jump right back to the racetrack quick, fast, and in a hurry. Field goal time for Georgia. Looks like it's raining there, too. No good.
Jesus.
That's a fucking extra point, man. You got one fucking job. Make a goddamn 25-yard field goal, you fucking idiot. Needed to revoke his fucking scholarship. That's the second field goal he's missed this year. Learn to make a fucking kick! Fucking garbage. Where's McHonky? McHonky's hurt. He hadn't played all year. You probably won't see him all year. Kirby's going to tell you every week that he's this close to being able to play, that he looked good on Wednesday, and it's going to be a game time decision, and then he won't fucking play. We do this every goddamn year. It's the same thing they said about George Pickens all year in 2021, and then he had 3 catches in the postseason. That was it. Same thing with A.D. Mitchell last year. No, not playing today. Tuesday press conference. How's A.D. Mitchell look? Look good. We'll know more tomorrow. Thursday press conference. Practice went well. It'll be a game time decision. Game comes. No A.D. Mitchell. Same fucking thing the following week for 8 goddamn weeks in a row. A.D. Mitchell shows up in the playoffs, makes 3 catches and transfers to Texas. This year, same fucking thing with Ladd McHonky. Same goddamn thing. Forget about fucking Ladd McHonky, or any other injured Georgia player. Injured Georgia players are injured fucking permanently. There's no such thing as a one-game injury. Just forget it. Amarius Mims is gone for the year, too. Forget about it. You're not going to see him again. Fuck it. And you can't believe a goddamn thing Kirby... If Kirby's talking about injuries and his mouth is moving, he's fucking lying. Period. Period. That's all they do is fucking lie about the goddamn injuries. You won't see Lad McHonky until we play in the goddamn Outback Bowl. That's when you'll see Lad McHonky. Against whatever low-end Big Ten team we end up losing to in the Outback Bowl. Second and 6, and we tackle them for no gain, but guess what? Face mask. Move them forward for a fucking first down. Jimmy Cochrane can't kick. Yeah, whoever the fuck that is needs to turn their scholarship paperwork back in. That's fucking ridiculous. It's a goddamn extra point from there. And you fucking yoked it off to the left. Second one already this year. Congratulations. Congratulations, dummy. Guy can't make a fucking 30-yard field goal. Damn. First and 10, Rattler back to throw. Looks like he wants to go deep. He does go deep. Wide open and caught. That's about a 40-yard gain. 10, 20, 30, 35 yards. Jesus Christ. First and 10, South Carolina on the Georgia 26. Rattler wants to go deep again. Going to take off running this time. Makes a man miss. Slides inside the 15. Another first down all the way down to the 12, 13-yard line. Boy, this is pitiful. This is fucking pitiful. Georgia better figure something out. In a fucking hurry. A minute and a half to go till halftime. First and 10 on the Georgia 15. Pistol formation. What are we doing? We can't even get lined up. South Carolina shooting themselves in the foot, though. A false start. I don't know what the fuck we're doing, though. I don't think Georgia knows what the fuck they're doing. Never mind me not knowing. That's one thing. If I don't know, I'm a fucking idiot. They don't even know. And they play. That's one thing for me not to know. I'm a fucking moron. How do they not know? What do they look like? Shit. They look like absolute shit. 2019 all over again. This is pathetic. Woo. Well, no. In 2019, our offense moved the ball up and down the field. It's just that Jake fucking Fromm turned the ball over 4 goddamn times, and the defense only gave up 1 touchdown. The defense played good in 2019. Hell, they only gave up 1 fucking touchdown. Jake fucking Fromm threw a pick 6, and plus he had 3 more turnovers. And we lost the goddamn game because Jake Fromm didn't know what the fuck he was doing. Tigers taking the East. We have a real kicker. There it is. Missouri's winning the East. Mizzou winning East. I'm writing down all the dumbest things I see. And then on Monday, I'm making a video about all the dumb shit I learned from my comment section. Missouri's winning the East. All right, I wrote that down. Kirby to blame the rain for this performance. I guarantee you Kirby's not going to blame the rain. No, that's an Ohio State issue, not a Georgia issue. Kirby will blame Georgia for playing like shit and getting beat. Not the rain, not the weather, not Lad McConkey not being able to play, not an offensive lineman being injured and taken to the locker room. Kirby won't do that. That's pussy shit that Ryan Day and Ohio State people do. Another wide open receiver inside the 5 this time. 1st and goal. Love to show Lou. Go Dogs. Hit the like button. Yeah, make sure you hit the like button. You're in here to troll me because Georgia is losing. The least you can do is hit the like button. South Carolina 7, Georgia 3. About a minute to go? A minute to go until halftime. 1st and goal for South Carolina on the 2. Direct snap to the running back. I think he scored. Touchdown. Got stood up at around the 1-yard line, but then I couldn't tell what happened. Maybe one of those deals where the offensive line pushes him in? It looked like he got stood up around the 1. Let's see the replay. It was a direct snap to the running back. Yeah, he got hit, stood up around the 1 or 2 yard line, but he just kept his legs going, and then an offensive lineman pushed him in at the end. Touchdown, Carolina. They're going to have a 14-3 lead, probably at halftime. I don't expect Georgia to do much with a minute to go here. I don't expect Georgia to do much with a minute to go until halftime. Georgia does get the ball to start the 3rd quarter, I think. Who got the ball to start the game? Didn't South Carolina get the ball first? I think South Carolina got the ball first. Georgia will get the ball to start the 3rd quarter. SEC is dog water. Canes by 20 on any of them. Yeah, that's the dumbest fucking thing. Logan, where were you at last season when Miami was busy losing 7 games? Where were you? Your internet wasn't working? Damn. Miami beats one ranked team in 3 years, and all of a sudden they're going 100-0 and winning the World Cup. That's why. Miami fans live on the internet. That's the only place they live, too. You go to a Miami game, you can sit anywhere you want. There's nobody there. Miami played the other night. There was 12 people there. It was the saddest thing I've ever seen. Hey, Lou, Mississippi State fan here. Just wanted to apologize for anyone that had to witness the absolute war crime committed against my garbage team today. Yeah, LSU put a beating on Mississippi State today. Georgia needs a veteran transfer QB like Buckner, says Wolfberry. Lou, if Bama keeps losing, can you make a video of 90 proof Luther talking about the landscape of NASCAR? Chris with a bunch of hot dog emojis. Kirby blames the rain. No, Kirby doesn't blame the rain. All right, I think I'm caught up now. Justin says not a rivalry. Yeah, Georgia-South Carolina game is not a rivalry game. Georgia only has 2 conference rivals, Auburn and Florida. And then they have the in-state rival with Georgia Tech. The offense is slow, is like it's in quicksand, says Chad Arman. Yeah, something's definitely off. The Beck's not playing well. I don't particularly like the play calling. The offensive line is having a hard time blocking again. It's been a few good runs, though. There's actually been more good runs for Georgia in the first half of this game than they had in either of their first 2 games. But overall, it's not consistent. You know, they'll get a 7-8 yard run with a good hole, and then the next play, the running back's getting tackled before he ever even gets the ball, a guy in the backfield. All right, South Carolina set to kick off now. Ball's in the air. It's going to go into the end zone, and they're going to run it out. 5, 10. Oh, ran the ball out from 5 yards deep in the end zone. 1st and 10 on the 15. They probably told him to run the kick no matter what because we're not going to do anything offensively. We're just going to take a knee. So you might as well take a chance and see if you can run the kick back because other than that, we're just coming out here and taking a knee and going to the locker room. I'd be absolutely shocked if they let Carstoni and Beckworth sit back here and run a 1-minute offense backed up on his own 15-yard line. I'd be absolutely shocked. Pass complete. Tackled inbounds, though. You got to get out of bounds there. Georgia's only got 1 timeout. Under 50 seconds to go now. 2nd and 5. Carstoni and Beckworth in a shotgun. Back to throw again. This is surprising. Same play. Does get out of bounds that time. A little short of the first down. I don't know what they're doing with 4-yard passes. I don't understand that. They should have stopped the clock. I don't know why it kept running. 30 seconds to go. Georgia takes its final timeout. I don't know what they're doing throwing 4-yard passes. The only thing they're going to accomplish throwing 4-yard out routes is a possible pick six by South Carolina. You're not going to get anything in 30 seconds with 30 seconds to go by throwing 4-yard out routes. Just take a knee, go to the fucking locker room, and try again in the second half, because whatever the fuck you did in the first half isn't fucking working, dummies. Tighten the fucking defense up. The offense can't score any fucking points. When they do get down there, jackleg field goal kicker doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. So no, I don't have any goddamn interest in seeing Carstonian Beckworth come out here and throw 4-yard fucking out routes on his own 20 goddamn yard line with 30 seconds to go until halftime. Take a fucking knee and beat it to the fucking locker room. I've seen enough of this shit for the first half. I'm going to take my 5-minute break at halftime and I'm going to pretend like this horse shit never fucking happened. That's exactly what the fuck I'm going to do. 3rd and fucking 1. Now we run the ball. $27 seconds to go. Kirby should have some hot dogs at halftime. I guess Beamer ain't going to be crying about the hot dogs now. Chad says this offense is slow. Yeah, okay, I read that. Can I get a hot dog? Jackpot, I've met you in person. It doesn't look like you need to be eating any hot dogs, buddy. 1st and 10 for the Dogs. Back to throw. Over the middle. Caught. 20 seconds to go. They might be able to gain enough yards here in the next couple of plays for us to miss another field goal. My Army Black Knights could beat Georgia, says Christian Russell. Yeah, that's fucking stupid, too. Caught by Bowers, out of bounds with 11 seconds to go. Another 4-yard out route. Logan says, here's to your program's NIL. Go Canes. SEC sucks. A&M is a top 5 blue chip and got rolled. Yeah, A&M went 5-7 last year. 5-7. But you did beat them. 2nd and 5 with 11 seconds to go. Georgia doesn't have any timeout, so I don't really know what the fucking game plan is here. Back to throw. Sacked. That's going to be it. Just go to the fucking locker room. Beck's sitting in the pocket making a fucking ham sandwich. Lou, you sound like me last week watching Texas Tech. Yeah, but Texas Tech was an underdog and was playing a good team. Georgia's a 28-point favorite and can't score. That's not really the same. Matador Mike, thank you for the super chat. Andrew says we'd be smashing a TV if the Dogs lose to USC. I don't know. I have no idea. I don't pre-plan a react. If you pre-plan a reaction, it's not a reaction. It's a fucking plan. Lou, during the offseason, Georgia winning the East. LOL, stop giving this clown attention. You just paid $5 to give me attention, you fucking idiot. What are you talking about? Georgia is winning the East. What the fuck is wrong with you? You're a Vanderbilt fan. Stop giving this clown attention. You just paid $5 to give me attention to tell people to stop giving me attention. Hey, am I sitting around watching you? Think about it. Think about it. A&M's a blue chip cult. A&M is kind of like a cult. Texas A&M is kind of like a cult. All right, I'm going to do a halftime video and take about a 5-minute break, and I'll be back at the start of the third quarter. You know what the worst part is? I can't even laugh at Alabama losing. That's really what makes me mad more than anything. I can't even laugh at Alabama losing. Lizard Circus says, chain gang glizzies go woo on a bitch. I don't know what glizzies is. I gotta look that up because people keep typing it, but I don't know what glizzies is. Gregory Elmore, thank you for the super chat. Says, I've been a lurker on your channel for years. Glad to see your channel doing great. Whoa, Todd. Thank you, Gregory Elmore. Don't be a lurker. Come hang around, man. We have fun in the comments section. There's a lot of good people around here. A lot of good people around here. All right, it's still halftime right now. I don't know. Second half will be underway in a little bit. Duke's up 17-7 over Northwestern. Let's check some scores while we're waiting on the game to come back on. Let's see. Let's do this. NCAA football scores. All right, let's see. Is Georgia the only one embarrassing themselves, or is there anybody else doing it? Let's see. Notre Dame looks like they're pulling away from Central Michigan. They're up 31-17. Alabama's still losing 3-0, but that game has been delayed. Weather delay in that one. Oregon State, what in the world? 12-3. Must be like the bottom of the 8th inning or something. Oklahoma up 38-14 over Tulsa. Minnesota up over Minnesota, or North Carolina up over Minnesota. Boy, Iowa just can't score. Iowa just cannot score. Ever. Rutgers 21-3. Wow, App State's losing to East Carolina. That surprises me. Ohio State up 21-10. 8 minutes to go in the second quarter of that one. What's the quarterback doing? Kyle McCord, 9 of 11, 182 yards with a touchdown. That's a good first half there. I mean, well, not even all of the first half. 1 quarter and half of the second quarter. That's good numbers for Kyle McCord. Maybe he's starting to settle in a little bit. Let's see, where were we at? Texas A&M up 3-0 over UL Monroe. Washington and Michigan State just started. Washington probably handled that one, no problem. Washington State up 8-0 over Northern Colorado. UCLA up. There you go. There's your score updates. There's your score updates for all the games underway. Georgia's getting absolutely humiliated. I've seen this. I've seen this Georgia team 1,000 times here. This is a 10-2 Outback Bowl Georgia team. I've seen this team a million fucking times in my lifetime. Colby Davis, thank you for the super chat. He says people seem to have forgot the Mizzou and Kent games from last year. Y'all need to wake up. UG is playing like crap, but it's not over. Well, no one forgot the Mizzou and Kent games from last year, but this is really bad. This is really bad. At home. This is bad. There's really no way to sugarcoat the first half. I mean, maybe Georgia can come back in the second half, but I mean, I didn't see anything in the first half. About the most positive spin you could possibly try to put on the first half would be, well, Georgia did get in the red zone twice. So if they would have scored touchdowns, we'd be tied. That's about the most positive spin you can put on it. The problem is, we got into the red zone twice. 2 field goal attempts, missed one of them. So but that's about the most positive spin you could possibly put on it, is that, well, you got down there twice. I mean, I'm not really trying to hear that. How many times we had the ball 3 times? A field goal, a punt, and a missed field goal. Well, and then we had the ball there at the end of the so I guess each team had the ball 4 times. Each team had the ball 4 times, I guess. South Carolina, 2 touchdowns and 2 punts. Georgia, 2 field goal attempts, missed one of them. 1 punt, and then time ran out on that last possession. Don't worry, Lou. Clemson will lose to Florida Atlanta. They play like Florida International or something, don't they, tonight? And take the spotlight off of UGA and Bama, says the Sandstorm Show. Yeah, I know you hate Clemson, but because you're a South Carolina man, but I don't think Clemson's losing that game. I think Clemson will win that one big, real big. But that was a really bad first half there for Georgia, and it's hard really to just place the blame, I think, on any one. I mean, the offensive line didn't block great, but I mean, we had some runs there. I mean, those 8-9 yard runs that we got. That's honestly better than we did in the first two games. But the problem is, you get one of those type of runs, and then the next time you run it, you're tackled for a 3-yard loss. It's just it's too inconsistent. I thought the pass blocking was pretty good. Carson Beck, I felt like held on to the ball a little too long a couple of times. The play calling, I have issues with the play. I don't like all the constant screen passes, hitch passes, swing routes out of the backfield. I feel like the second half underway, by the way. Touchback. So Georgia will start 1st and 10 on their own 25. I feel like if you're going to play Carson Beck at quarterback over the other two, he's a pocket passer. I feel like if you're going to play him, you got to let him do what he does best, which I would think would be to throw the ball down the field. If we're going to do the dink and dunk thing on the perimeters and all these behind the line of scrimmage passes, it would make more sense to me to put Gunnar Stockton or Brock Vandagriff in, because they give you an added element of being able to run with their legs. And any idiot can throw a hitch pass. The only advantage you get from playing Carson Beck is his arm, his ability to throw the ball downfield. Here we start off with a fucking swing pass again. Gain 5 yards. I mean, it's great that we gain 5 yards, but I mean, we run some version of that play 30 times a game. Georgia just wanted to give them a head start, says winner of lame. I mean, I'd love to think you were right, but I think Georgia just got outplayed. I mean, it wasn't fluky or anything like that. It wasn't something where Georgia turned the ball over a bunch of times like we did in 2019. South Carolina just outplayed Georgia, period. I mean, did Spencer Rattler have any incomplete passes? I don't know. I don't think he did. 2nd and 5 now. Shotgun, another pass behind the line of scrimmage. Picks up 8 or 9 yards, but again, it's just one after another, these passes behind the line of scrimmage. To the right the first time, to the left the second time, to the same player both times, Dominic Lovett, the transfer from Mizzou. First and 10 for the Dogs. They're up near the 40, their own 40. Back in a shotgun. Back to throw again. Steps up, going deep, down the middle. Caught by Ra-Ra.
Yes.
Is that Ra-Ra? Ra-Ra Thomas. So the two transfer wide receivers for Georgia come out at the start of the second half. 2 to Dominic Lovett behind the line of scrimmage, and then they hit Ra-Ra on a post route all the way down to the 25-yard line. So Georgia in business in the red zone. They keep it on the ground. Kendall Milton breaking tackles, running over people. He's a grown fucking man. Where's that been? Where's that been? Let's go. Trolls, don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere, trolls. Y'all done fucked around and got my hopes up. Don't go nowhere, trolls. Stick around. God damn, Georgia wins the game. There's 800 or 900 people in here. Georgia starts losing. We had over 2,000 people in here at the end of the second quarter when Georgia started. Don't run off, trolls. Come on back. Come on back, trolls. Get some extra batteries. Fire up your wireless keyboard and get to typing. Let's go. Let's go. We all have a job to do. I yell and scream at the TV. You type in my fucking chat. Don't run off just because Georgia got a couple of first downs. Stick around, you fucking dummies. 1st and goal for them Dogs. On the 10-yard line. On the ground. Picks up 2 or 3 yards. Not much. 2nd and goal from about the 7. Any updates on the status of Wells and Mims? I don't know who Wells is, but Mims didn't look good. He was helped to the locker room, so it didn't look good. And any status update Kirby Smart gives you is a lie anyway. Kirby Smart doesn't do anything except lie about injuries. Ladd McConkey's been ready to play tomorrow since the middle of August. Second and goal for the Dogs from the 7. Need a touchdown here. Another handoff right up the gut. Touchdown, Dogs.
Yes! Let's go!
All right, that's the way we needed to start the second half. Now, the problem is, the offense really has done that all game. They haven't punted. They've been up and down. Well, they punted once. They've been up and down the field. They just haven't been able to score. The defense is going to have to come out here and learn how to get off the field, especially on third downs. But we'll see. The offense came out ready to play. And it's very unusual that I have to criticize Georgia's defense, but they did not play well in the first half, period. Georgia's defense did not play well at all in the first half. Usually everything bad about Georgia has to do with the offense. That's wasn't the case in the first half. Georgia played equally bad on both sides of the ball. All right, they're going to go for 2 to try to make it a 3-point game. 14-9, 2-point conversion coming up. 4 wide receivers. Carstonian Beckworth back to throw. It's blown dead. Flag. Got to be on Georgia. Yeah, delay a game on a 2-point fucking conversion. Jesus fucking Christ. What kind of nickel and dime fucking big top circus tent bullshit is that? That you get a delay a game on a fucking 2-point conversion. You ought to be fucking ashamed of yourself, Beck. You ought to be fucking ashamed. Now here we go now with this now. Now this guy now. Oh my God, he made it. But barely. South Carolina 14, Georgia 10. Whoopity fucking do. Still gotta cross our fingers now and hope the defense can figure out what the fuck they're doing. Which is no guarantee. There's no guarantee on that. It's no guarantee on that. Unfortunately. Where's my trolls at? Georgia just wanted to give them a head start. Yeah, well, shout out to the South Carolina man. You got me ranting and raving at halftime. Congratulations. This has the potential to be a huge moral victory for South Carolina. This could be Carolina Jackpot's biggest moral victory to date if they somehow lose close to Georgia. Smada says trolls are watching the halftime video. They'll be back in a minute. Yeah, you're probably right. Where's Muse at? He's a kick returner, so hopefully we don't see much of him. He's a kick returner. Georgia scores again. This chat will slow down drastically. I've been doing this a long time. I know how it works. The best thing for me, but the best thing for this channel is when Georgia's either losing or close to losing. That's the best thing for this channel. USC has a 61.9% chance of winning. What are you doing? Copy and pasting FPI statistics from during the game or something? We're at 1,410. Can y'all hit the thumbs up, please? I got all kinds of mad and yelled and screamed in the second quarter and did the whole thing that y'all came here to see. Okay? You can please hit the thumbs up. That is a big help. I know you hate me and you hate Georgia and you're only here to point and laugh, but look, that's fine. I can take it. When Georgia looks good, when Georgia's winning, I run my mouth and I talk a lot of shit. When Georgia looks bad and when Georgia's losing, I don't run and hide. I go live and I stand right here so y'all can laugh at me and make fun of me. But I do feel like y'all could at least hit the thumbs up for me. It really doesn't take any effort at all. I do feel like maybe y'all could at least hit the thumbs up for me. I'm fucking miserable here. I told you, if you were to tell me Georgia's gonna go 1-11, I'd say, okay, but I want that one win to be against South Carolina. I fucking hate South Carolina. I can't stand them. And now look. You see what I'm saying? Now we're and now we're losing to them. And they were the last team to beat us here at home. South Carolina was the last team to beat us. South Carolina runs this out from 1 yard deep in the end zone, and it wasn't a good idea. Tackled at the 15, and it looks like a holding call is going to come in on Carolina too. They're going to be backed up inside their 10-yard line if that's what this is. Spencer Rattler played really good in the first half. Really good. Yeah, that's going to be holding on Carolina. That's going to back them up. Shadow of their own end zone. It's going to be loud down in there too. I hope. I hope it's going to be loud down in there. The Ohio State game, Lou, like the video. Oh, you're at the Ohio State game. Oh, okay. Yeah, have fun. I'm sure you are. But have fun. All right, 1st and 10 for South Carolina. They're backed up deep in their own territory after that holding penalty on the kickoff return. 12-16 to go in the third. South Carolina up 14-10 over Georgia. Rattler shotgun snap. Hands it off right up the gut. Nowhere to go. Might have gained a yard. It's going to be 2nd and 9 now for South Carolina. Get Lou to 100K. Yeah, get me to 100K. Share the video. Tell all your friends. Go knock on your neighbor's door. Steal your parents' phone while they're not looking. Pull up the YouTube app. Subscribe to Uncle Lou on their phone too. Get me to 100K. Get me to 100K. 2nd and 9. Rattler back to throw. Steps up under pressure. They're going to get him. Down he goes. Mykel Williams again. Mykel Williams again. 3rd and long. Boy, this would be huge if Georgia can force a 3 and out. You know, though, I feel like in the first half, Georgia played good on 1st and 2nd down. Spencer Rattler was money on 3rd down in the first half. Let's see if Georgia can get off the field on 3rd down here. Spencer Rattler was money on 3rd down in the first half. That's my buddy Khaki. You see him? You see, that's a black guy, and Spencer Rattler's Khaki. Nice. All right, Carolina's got a punt from their own end zone. People got mad at me yesterday. It's just an observation. Spencer Rattler is not black. He's Khaki. I'm just describing how he looks. That's all. It's not an insult. I'm not putting him down. I don't have any problem with khaki people. To me, I'm just describing how he looks. If you look at Spencer Rattler next time he's in a shotgun and there's a running back next to him, that guy is black. And then look at Spencer Rattler. They're clearly not the same color. That's all I was meaning.
Yeah,
to me, he just looks khaki.
I understand.
Punted out of their own end zone. This one's going to be caught on the Carolina 49. Fair catch called and made. So Georgia's going to have great field position in Carolina territory. 1st and 10 on the South Carolina 49. USC Washington could be a classic when the time comes. Do you think losing Monken is a bigger deal than some people made it out to be? Losing Monken's Monken's the best offensive coordinator we've ever had. You know how I felt about losing Monken and getting Bobo? I felt about the same way I felt about Tennessee losing Hendon Hooker, but still having Joe Milton. Like, I still think Tennessee is going to have a really good offense this year. Will it be as good as their offense last year? Probably not, because Hendon Hooker's the best quarterback they've had in 25 years. You're not likely to replace that immediately the next year. So I didn't think Mike Bobo I still don't. No, I don't think anybody ever thought that Mike Bobo is as good of an offensive coordinator as Todd Monken. But I did think that Georgia had enough talent offensively to where they could still score 40 points a game. And that's what I said all offseason. I wasn't a fan of the hire, but I'm willing to give Mike Bobo a chance, but he's got to score 40 points a game. Now, that doesn't mean he can never score under 40. I mean, at the end of the year, Georgia needs to have averaged 40 points a game or more, or I think Bobo should be fired. Whether Georgia's 15-0, 0-15, or anywhere in between. There ain't an offensive coordinator on the planet who shouldn't be able to score 40 points a game with the pieces on this offense. And so, Kirby took a risk because he didn't interview or make a single phone call about the offensive coordinator position. He just hired his buddy who was already on the staff, Mike Bobo, a guy he's been friends with for 30 years. If it works out, Kirby's a genius. If it doesn't, he looks like a fool. He looks like Dabo Swinney when he promoted Brandon Streeter last year. Now, to Dabo's credit, he realized the error of his ways and fired Brandon Streeter after 1 year. If Georgia's offense struggles and sputters this season, and at the end of the year we've only scored 30 points a game or whatever, then I expect Kirby to make the hard decision and get rid of Bobo. But you got to wait and judge that at the end of the season. It's easy to get mad from play to play or from game to game about a certain play call or whatever with Bobo. I'm going to judge him at the end of the season. And if we haven't scored 40 points a game, I think he's got to go, regardless of what Georgia's record is. South Carolina 14, Georgia 10. 11 minutes to go in the third. Georgia scored to open the second half, forced Carolina to a 3-and-out. Now they've got the ball back on the Carolina 49. Beck in a shotgun. Play action pass. Looks like he wants to go deep. He does want to go deep. Has a man. Knocked away. Good defense there by South Carolina. Fortune is his name. Knocked the ball away. Good looking throw by Beck on a deep post route. Put it where only the receiver could catch it. So I don't have any complaints. I think you got to take a shot like that once or twice a game, right? You gotta take a shot like that once or twice a game. Keep the defense honest. I don't have a problem with that. Incomplete. 2nd and 10 on the Carolina 49. 10:53 to go in the third. South Carolina 14, Georgia 10. Beck back to throw again. Looking downfield again. Throws over the middle. Caught. Brock Bowers this time on an in route. Gains 12. First down, Georgia. Bubba Tweet, thank you for the super chat. He says, hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to Uncle Lou. He deserves it. Thank you, Bubba Tweet. Yeah, subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. Georgia's my favorite team. I don't try to hide it, but I'm a college football fan, and this channel is for college football fans, regardless who your favorite team is. We've got fans from coast to coast that hang around this channel. We have a really, really good time here, too. There's a lot of trash talking and shit talk that goes on about the teams, but that's just a part of college football. We have a really good time around here. They keep it on the ground on 1st and 10. They gain about 3. Dejon Edwards, I believe that was on the carry. Call-in shows, live call-in shows every Tuesday and Thursday night, too, are a lot of fun, too. Y'all should check those out if you haven't. Every Tuesday and Thursday night at 9, we do a live call-in show. Those are always a lot of fun. Dontavius Young, great name, by the way. Dontavius says, Mike Bobo, offense does not work in 2023. Vanilla mayonnaise, no salt, no seasoning. People that thought Mike Bobo would work are just as delusional as Bama fans who thought Jalen Milroe or Tyler Butner was the answer at QB. Incomplete pass on 2nd and 7. Not a good throw. Intended for Cash Jones. A walk-on 5'5" white running back. Third and 7. Let's see if Georgia can keep this drive alive. It'd be a shame to waste this field position. They got the ball to start the drive at the Carolina 49. Shame to waste that field position. Empty backfield. Beck throws complete to Ra. I think he's a little short. A slant route, and he is a half a yard short. You got to line up and go for this. If you can't gain a half a yard, then just pack your shit up and go home is the way I look at it. You got to line up and go for this. It's going to be a quarterback sneak again, I'm sure. 4th and inches. Snap. And they got it. First down.
All right.
Barely, though. I mean, barely. Barely. 1st and 10, dogs. Needed half a yard, got a half a yard plus a foot maybe. 8:40 to go in the third. Georgia still down 14-10. 1st and 10 on the Carolina 26. Beck, toss sweep to Edwards. Tries to get to the outside. Turns the corner inside the 20. Going to be a yard or two short of the first down, but picks up 8 or 9. Yeah, this is This is the best I've seen Georgia run the ball. I haven't looked at the numbers, so as far as like yards per carry or who has how many yards, I've got no idea. I'm just telling you from watching every snap of Georgia this season. And it's not like Georgia looks great. I'm not trying to say they look great running the ball. They got a long way to go still, but this is by far the best they've looked so far on the ground. Swing pass out to Lovett. Has blocking. 10, 5, 4. Out of bounds at the 3. First and goal, Dogs inside the 5. Let's fucking go. Let's go. Let's go. Florida State isn't the world beater everyone thought they were. Yeah, well, here's the thing. Nobody is going to blow everybody out every week. It's just not going to happen. Flags down. Is that on Georgia again? I hope South Carolina's offsides and they're not finna back us up again. Did we move again? No, it's on South Carolina. Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. To the trolls, I would like to say, nah, 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 nah. Nah, 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 nah. Hey, 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 goodbye. Hey, trolls, I appreciate y'all hanging out today. Who knows? Maybe at some point in this game, South Carolina will score again, and you can come back for a little while and do the point and laugh routine. I enjoyed having you here, though, for the second quarter and the first 10 minutes of the third quarter. I really like to thank y'all for everything that you do. Without the trolls, this channel would not be nearly as successful as it is. So I owe a lot to you trolls. If y'all need any batteries or anything, if you need me to send you some batteries for your wireless keyboards or whatever you got, email me and let me know. Be happy to help y'all out any way I can. Y'all sure have done a lot for me over the years. But I did have fun hanging out with y'all today, and I can't wait to do it again. Thank you. And again, that's just a message for the trolls that are only here when Georgia's losing. Yep. From one troll to another. You're not calling me a troll, are you, Isaiah? Trolls are gone. Damn. You hate to see it. This game is not over, says Bernard Pender. No, of course it's not over. But the trolls don't come unless Georgia's losing. They don't come because Georgia might be about to be losing. They only show up when Georgia actually is losing. That's it. That's it. It's pretty entertaining at times. Nothing wrong with smack talk. Yeah, we talk a lot of trash here, but we just look. It's just a bunch of diehard college football fans around here. That's all. Sometimes people get carried away and they try to get personal or get their feelings hurt or something like that, but none of this is personal. It's just football. We just have a good time. Look, I've met, hundreds of people from the comment section I've met in real life. I mean, we go to these, we host events all throughout the year. We go to the beach. We're all over the place. I've met a lot of good people through YouTube in the comment section. So, like I said, if you're new around here, stick around, participate in the comment section. We have a really, really good time. A really good time. I do these streams every Saturday, and it's not always the Georgia game. This just happens to be the Georgia game today because there's not much else on. There really wasn't any big, marquee game today. There's no one game today that it's that's a must-see game. Last week you had Bama in Texas, you had Texas A&M Miami. I mean, you've had several games like that over the first couple of weeks. You really didn't have a big must-watch marquee game this week. Georgia South Carolina game's turning out to be a little bit interesting. We'll see what happens with South Florida and Bama. Are they playing again now?
Yeah.
Okay. They're playing again, by the way, Bama and South Florida after a rain delay. It looks like the sun's out now too.
I know, isn't that weird?
Yeah. Still 3-0. South Florida's beating Bama. 1st and 10. Bama runs the ball and loses 2 or 3 yards. 2nd and 12 coming up for Bama. 7 minutes to go until halftime. South Florida 3, Bama 0. Wow. Poverty. I don't know what's going on with Alabama. They really look bad, though. They really look bad. But yeah, we have a great time around here. Great time. I do these live streams every Saturday during the season, too. So, like I said, if you're new around here, subscribe, hit the thumbs up, come hang out in the call-in shows. We really do have a good time on this channel. Even the South Carolina fans.
Yeah,
Even South Carolina fans.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Carolina Jackpot's a buddy of mine. I like Carolina. I've met him. I've met him before. I met him March. Yeah. Met Carolina Jackpot in March at the beach, actually. Talked to him on the phone. He's a good guy. Even Carolina fans are decent people. You know? Even Carolina fans can be decent people. As strange as that might sound. All right, Spencer Rattler 1st and 10. This is the first time South Carolina has trailed today. Going deep. Wide open. Wide open on a corner route. Gain of 25. I mean, just wide open. Hard to even tell what happened. How do you get beat that bad? Wow. Not sure what happened there, but it had to be a blown coverage by somebody. We're lucky that he was running out of bounds. 1st and 10. They're all the way up to midfield. Handoff this time. Wow, that's might be the best run of the day for them. Picks up 7 or 8 yards. Tennessee better put it on Billy. I want to point and laugh tonight, says number 1 fan of the U. Yeah, I expect Tennessee to roll Florida. I expect Tennessee to roll Florida. 2nd and 3 for South Carolina. Rattler throws another wide open receiver. I don't understand all this soft coverage. I'm not used to seeing Georgia's defense play this way. I've seen Georgia DBs get beat, but it's usually because they get beat, not because they're playing this 6-8 yard soft coverage. That's just weird. This is the Ohio State team I wanted to see. Are they starting to pour it on now? I've got it on over here, but because I wasn't expecting the Georgia game to be close, so I was thinking I could watch a couple other games. Rattler under pressure. Incomplete. No, they're going to say he caught it. One said complete, one said incomplete. Which is it? One referee did this, the other one did this. Yeah, that ball hit the ground. That's incomplete. I mean, I don't know if they're going to review it or whatever, but that's an incomplete pass. Bobo offense. 1st down run, 2nd down slant, 3rd down run from Stafford to Murray. Same old song. I'm more worried if we make it undefeated to Tennessee or FCC championship or playoff. Bobo in big games just worries me. 2nd and 10. That was an incomplete pass. So 2nd and 10. Carolina's got the ball in the Georgia 34. 2 wide receivers, 2 tight ends, pistol formation for Rattler. Snap. Throws complete right at the line of scrimmage. Has room. Chopped down. Nice tackle there by Tyke Smith, I believe. Short gain on the play. 3rd and long coming up for South Carolina. Still 3-0 South Florida beating Alabama. Every time I look at that score, I think it's wrong. 4:56 to go in the 2nd quarter. South Florida 3, Alabama 0. That is just all jokes aside about Alabama and all, that's just mind-boggling to me. It really is. 3rd and 7 for South Carolina. Let's see if they can keep the drive alive or if somebody on Georgia's defense wants to make a play. 5.5 minutes to go in the 3rd. Georgia 17, South Carolina 14. 3rd and 7. Rattler back to throw. Under pressure. They get him. Down he goes. All the way back at his own 39-yard line. Probably takes, I don't know how good South Carolina's field goal kicker is. This is going to be, if they attempted, about a 55 or 56-yard field goal attempt from here. 4th and 15 from back on their own 39. So this would be about a 55-yarder if they're going to try it to tie it up. And I don't even think Shane Beamer's crazy enough or dumb enough to try a fake field goal on 4th and 15. No, they're going to punt it. Wow. Okay, they're going to punt it rather than attempt what would be about I guess they don't have a very good field goal. Most teams would attempt a 55-yard field goal. Now, I would be careful for a fake punt here. South Carolina, I believe, intentionally took a delay of game. Yeah, South Carolina got a delay of game, but that's one of those intentional deals where they're trying to just give the punter more room to bury Georgia deep. Lou got an earlier prediction for Notre Dame, Ohio State next week. Without taking today's games into account, because even though I'm kind of watching it, I'll have to go back and look more at it. But before today's games were played, I would pick Notre Dame to win at home. They have looked like a better team through the first 2 or 3 weeks of the season in Ohio State. That's it. And it's a home game for Notre Dame. But I don't have to pick the game today, and I do get to watch their games this weekend, so I may end up picking Ohio State next week. I don't know. But before today, and again, I haven't seen either of them play today. But before today, just to me, Notre Dame looked like a better team. St. Nick didn't bring a QB to the game. Well, you got Jalen Mildew, Tyler fucking Buckner, Bart Simpson. They got QBs, just turns out none of them are any good. Just turns out none of them are any good. Thank you, Dontavius. Yeah, Bama's got issues. I mean, it's kind of a head scratcher. Well, they've just messed everything up. They spent the entire offseason trying to transform their offense into this ground and pound thing. And Jalen Milroe was going to play quarterback and add to what they already had going in the run game. Well, the season started, and turns out their offensive line ain't worth a shit, and they can't run the ball. So because of that, it was over for them at that point. Because now they have worked all offseason on this game plan of dominant line of scrimmage, run the ball, scrambling QB. The season starts, their offensive line is terrible, their running backs are no good, and they can't run from here to there. And Jalen Milroe's the worst passing quarterback of the three. But now they're trying to change to Tyler Buckner, and the offensive line is still fucking horrible. And I don't know what they're going to do. They got problems. And their defense got lit up like a Christmas tree. They got problems in situations there in Tuscaloosa. Yeah, it's just stating the obvious there. And that dude also. I know one thing. South Carolina better get their shit together quick, fast, and in a hurry, or else Shane Beamer's going to have to bust out his fucking hot dog routine in the post-game press conference and start blaming peanuts and cotton candy. Blame the fucking hot dogs like he did it against North Carolina and everything else. Bad start to the second half for South Carolina. Bad start to the second half for South Carolina. Whee! Bad start to the second half for the South Carolina. Blame the fucking hot dogs. Oscar Mayer Wiener looking motherfucker. Shane Beamer. You know what Shane Beamer is? You ever been to a stand-up comedy show? They have the main attraction. Like whoever the headliner is. Like who's some big comedian?
Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart. So you pay your money for your Kevin Hart ticket, right? You're going to see Kevin Hart, right? Well, they got some asshole dummy fucking fuckwit that you've never heard of before that they send out before Kevin Hart. That's Shane Beamer. That's what Shane Beamer is the opening act at a mid-level comedy tour. You know? That's what he is.
Oh, his wife probably thinks he's funny.
Is the Pac-12 the deepest conference this year? Yeah, it might be the best conference too. I mean, they got 8 teams ranked in the top 25. 8! 2nd and 9 for Georgia. And guess what? Hitch pass. This time to Brock Bowers picks up about 7 or 8 yards. It's going to be 3rd and short now for the doggies. Alabama changed quarterbacks again. Who they got in now? Now they got Bart Simpson in? Golly. They might put me in a minute. First down, Georgia. Pass complete on 3rd and 2 to Dominic Lovett. Picks up 5 or 6. Keeps this drive alive. 3 minutes to go in the third. Georgia up 17-14, and that too, and also. This as well. Don't look now, but it's 1st and goal, Alabama.
Uh-oh.
Bart Simpson running for his life. Throws it away. 2nd and goal coming up for Alabama. 1st and 10 for the Dogs on their own 24-yard line. Another fucking swing pass 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage picks up 3.
trusting back to throw past.
I don't fucking know. 2nd and 6. Shotgun. Dejon Edwards in the backfield with him. Snap. Reverse to Brock Bowers, and it's not going to work. Might have gained a yard. 3rd and 5. Third and 5 now. Pass complete. First down and then some. Is that Dylan Bell? Who is that? Keep him in the game, coach. Here's who wants to play. Dylan Bell, Dejon Edwards, Marcus Rosemy-Jack Saint. That's it. That's who wants to play for Georgia. So feed them the fucking ball. First and 10, and of course they take Dylan Bell out. You're only allowed to play one play at a time. Now you got all new wide receivers in the game now. I don't know why Carson Beck can't develop chemistry with 14 different wide receivers. Back to throw again, wants to go deep, over the middle, caught wide open. Marcus Rosemy-Jack Saint, let's go. I told you he wanted to play, coach.
You did.
I just got done telling you
Now
that.
we're gonna take him out, right?
Damn, another 200 trolls dropped out, down to 1,200 now. Damn. Fourth and goal for the Gumps. Looks like they're going to attempt a field goal. Try to tie it up with South Florida here with 2.5 minutes to go till halftime. Wee! 5'5" white walk-on running back up the middle for 5 yards. 7 yards. 2nd and 3 now for Georgia. A touchdown here would make me feel good. Third string Simpson is in. Yeah, they put Bart Simpson in. They went down the field, though. Best drive they've had. Kicks the field goal, and it's good. All tied up 3 apiece. Alabama 3, South Florida 3. Are there any other good games on? The Alabama-South Florida game is close. Got the Georgia-Carolina game. This Ohio State game's out of hand, 42-10 at halftime. So is there a third? I got 3 TVs. So is there a third game y'all want me to put on and kind of that I should be watching or should be keeping up with? Maybe something that's close, or what do y'all think? I got the Alabama game. I got Georgia, South Carolina, and I got Ohio State over here, but I can turn that one. Washington, Michigan State, a lot of people are saying UNC, Minnesota. Minnesota at North Carolina, okay. All right, I got that one on the third TV now. And we'll keep an eye on that one too. I picked North Carolina in that one. I took North Carolina in that one. Dontavia says, look up in the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's the trolls leaving. Damn. Damn. SEC just has some bad coaches. Beamer, Fisher, Napier. It balances us out with the GOAT and Kirby. I can't make up my mind on Beamer if he's I actually don't think Beamer's a bad coach. I just think he's the goofiest motherfucker on the face of the planet. But I actually don't think he's a bad head coach. For South Carolina, I think he's a good fit at South Carolina. How he would do somewhere else, I don't know. But I don't think he's a bad head coach. I just think he's goofy as fuck. Yeah, leave the hot dog man alone. Last thing we need is anybody. I don't want no more hot dog jokes. No more. Especially on the "Your Season Is Over" video tomorrow. Definitely no hot dog jokes on the "Your Season Is Over" video tomorrow.
No hot dog jokes.
How many five-star offensive linemen does Alabama have? Because they may be the worst O-line in the SEC. Just pathetic. A bunch. On their entire roster, they probably have 7 or 8 five-star offensive linemen. I don't know how many starters are 5 stars. I don't know. But yeah. In fact, probably the most disappointing unit in all of college football anywhere is Alabama's offensive line. Because all we heard all offseason is about how they were going to dominate people. And that just has turned out to be a giant lie. A giant lie. High school coaches are going to start telling their kids not to go there. They don't develop. Damn, that can't be true. You must be making that up. North Carolina 21, Minnesota 13. One and a minute and a half to go in the third quarter. 2nd and 3, Georgia gains absolutely nothing on the first play of the fourth quarter. Dejon Edwards with the carry. It's going to bring up a 3rd down for the Dogs. Third and 3. Tight formation for the Dogs. Beck under center. Pitch out to Edwards. First down and then some. Pushed out of bounds at the 10. That's going to come back for holding. That's going to come back for holding. It's going to be 3rd and a fucking mile. Who is that? Blasky? Who is that, number 77? No, that's Tate Ratledge. It's Tate Ratledge. Time to cut that mullet, buddy. Time to get rid of that fucking mullet. 3rd and long now. 3rd and 12. Should be a first down. Instead, 3rd and 12. 14 minutes to go in the fourth. 4 wide now. Beck in a shotgun. Dejon Edwards standing next to him. Snap. Back to throw. Beck looks. Now throws. Tried to throw it to South Carolina. I don't know what in the absolute fuck. What was that? Boy, I feel like a touchdown there might could have put the game away. Now it's just, even if we make this, which is a huge if, you're just looking at a 6-point lead. Boy, that feels like a wasted drive there. That feels like a wasted opportunity. Now we got to fucking close our eyes and cross our fingers and stand on one leg and the whole thing with this jackleg guy here with a 42-yarder. No good again. Get this guy. That's it. Enough. Gone with him. Out. I don't want to see this motherfucker again. Get him out. He doesn't have it. Find another fucking kicker. Open tryouts. Go to the fucking women's soccer team. Whatever the fuck you got to do. This motherfucker's 3 games in. He's already missed 3 field goals. No. You had your chance. Pack your fucking locker up and get out. That's it. Clean out your fucking locker. That's it. I've seen enough. Sorry. Get out. Get out. No more. I don't want to see that guy again. I don't want to see him again. That's it for that guy. He's had enough chances. He's making less than 50% of his fucking field goals. Jesus fucking Christ. Open tryouts. Find a fucking kicker. Jimmy Cochrane can't kick. No, he can't. You're 100% right. He's fucking horrible and terrible. It never should have been given a Georgia helmet. Gump's throwing QBs in and out like jelly beans. Thank you, Don Tavius. Jake says South Florida has the worst defense in the FBS last year. Yeah, look, Bama, is Bama in give-up mode? Y'all think Bama's in give-up mode? Is the family man winning the SEC West this year? LSU was my pick to win the West this year, yeah. I had LSU winning the West and Georgia winning the East. The Gumps and K-State definitely going on your season is over. Boy, that was a great game, though. The Kansas State-Missouri game was a great game. Good win for Missouri. I don't understand why Missouri rushed the field at the end. I don't know if beating a 15-ranked Kansas State in Week 3 is worth rushing the field. I thought that was a little weird because, in the SEC, they fine you for that. $200,000. I don't. Is that worth it for beating Kansas State? I don't know. Good win for Missouri. Why would you rush the field there though? I don't know, but they did. South Florida punts it away on 4th and 6. Bama's going to have the ball back with 29 seconds to go in the third quarter. Don't need a good field goal kicker if you score touchdowns. Yeah, but we don't live in pipe dreams here. We live in reality. And every single team needs a field goal kicker that can make field goals. So, can't even make a field goal at home against a garbage team, barely beating them. Miami by 50. I'm glad Miami's winning this season, Logan, so that you can come back around on the internet again. Makes me happy. It must have been hard for you staying off the internet last season while Miami was terrible. It must have been hard for you. Gumps are tanking the first draft pick. Huh? What does that mean? I don't know what that means, Smata. 1st and 10 for South Carolina. They're down 3 because Georgia can't make a field goal. Handoff. Lost a yard. 2nd and 11 coming up for South Carolina. Banjo, thank you for the super chat. He says, I love the show, Woo. Your live streams are always fantastic, but you missed some super chats, like and sub. Let me go back through and see if I can find them. I was deployed in Poland, thankfully. Yeah, that's funny how you're deployed every time Miami sucks, and as soon as they beat a ranked team, you're on leave. Impeccable timing. DMT, thank you for the super chat. Says, fans aren't stopping to think if they should rush the field or not in the midst of a close game. They just react. Someone in this chat could have made those kicks, says Yash Shiravastava. Yeah, I'm pretty sure dozens of people in this chat could have made that kick. Not me, but I'm not on scholarship to make kicks either. Third and 10 for Carolina on their own 25. Let's see if Georgia can get off the field here. Rattler back to throw. 3-man rush. Gets to him. Bobbled, nearly intercepted, dropped, falls incomplete. Man, I'm going to tell you something about Spencer Rattler. That guy has come a long way since Georgia played South Carolina last year. Watch how he stands in the pocket here. Now, he knows he's going to get hit by a 300-pound man. And see how he stood in the pocket in a perfect throw? I mean, it ends up being incomplete, but he should have caught that. That Carolina guy should have caught that. I'm not going to have anything bad to say about Spencer Rattler after this game. I can promise you that. 4th and 10. They punt it away. Goes out of bounds around the 40. 1st and 10. Georgia. 12:59 to go in the fourth quarter. All right, let's see. Mike 3883. Thank you for the super chat. He says, is that Kent stating that? Mizzou could finish the job from last year. Yeah. Woodring and OSU made hooking. Oh, Woodring and Ohio State mode. Hooking field goals. Yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry. You missed 2 field goals. I've seen enough. Number 1 kicker in the nation, says Dontavius Young. What does that mean? What, like coming out of high school or something? He was a number 1 rated kicker? I don't know. Y'all would know that more than I would. I don't follow recruiting closely enough to know who the number 1 rated kickers are. All right, I think I'm caught up now. Dontavia says Mizzou hasn't had a lot to cheer about, so them rushing the field was inevitable. Colorado rushing fields beating a Nebraska team. Logan says protecting your crybaby ass while you build stock behind a camera. Hashtag what a real man. Yeah. 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 While you sit in a 400-foot house paid for by me, the taxpayer, typing away on your wireless keyboard, watching Uncle Lou on a Saturday. Keep up the good work. You're watching Uncle Lou. Thank you. This might be the wildest college football season we've had since 2007. It's just giving off that feeling. Thank you, Mark Salyers. You're not the first person I've heard relate this season to 2007, and that was a wild fucking year. A wild year. I play soccer as a goalkeeper. I have hit 40 to 45-yard field goals time to time with no coaching. But you're in your 30s. Well, it doesn't matter how old you are. The only thing that matters is how much eligibility do you have left. If you've got any eligibility, come to Athens. We'll hold some tryouts next week. Hold some tryouts next week. Can we set up a call-in show at the half for Octavian? You talking about for the Florida-Tennessee game? That's going to be on Patreon. That's going to be on Patreon. I'm streaming the primetime games on Patreon. I do one Patreon stream every Saturday and one YouTube stream every Saturday. And the Patreon people vote on what time slot they want me to do the Patreon stream, and they voted for primetime this week. So as soon as the Georgia-South Carolina game ends, I'm ending this live stream, and the primetime games will be live streamed over on Patreon. Paying your trash team NIL deal. Yeah, I know you don't know how NIL works, Logan, and it's no surprise. You don't know that much at all about college football, honestly, and that's been proven over the years that you've been on here. But like I said, I'm just glad Miami's got a winning record so that your internet works again this season. Yeah, Broadcast had said he was the number one kicker. Oh, okay. Thank you again, Dontavius. 2nd and 2, Dylan Bell, a wide receiver, picks up the first down. He's playing running back, but he's a wide receiver. Here's a $5 for that guy. Get him some Kleenex. Yeah, get Logan some Kleenex. If you ever sit around wondering what type of people would join the military in today's society, given everything that's going on, it's Logan. That's who. People like that. Thank you to people who join the military for the right reasons and actually have what it takes to defend this country, because I don't. But unfortunately, a lot of what joins the military is people like Logan. People who have no other options in life, so they join the military. Almost 3,000 viewers before halftime. Now, just like a Bama home, the trolls are filtering out. They can't take it. Go Dogs. Go South Florida, ? Still tied, 3 apiece. See how it goes. The longer it stays close, though, South Florida and Bama, the longer it stays close, don't you think it becomes more and more likely Bama finds a way to win that game, though? I mean, South Florida scored those 3 points like 3 hours ago, it seems like, and haven't been able to score since.
Or, it could go the other way. They could think that, they could be rushing to probably try and score and, fuck up.
Well, it's 2 trash teams. I mean, it's South Florida and Alabama. I mean, it's 2 just complete trash can teams, South Florida and Alabama. Dontavius says, boy, Vegas made a buttload of money today. Bama, Dogs, Knowles, K-State. Yeah, none of those teams covered. You're right. You're right. None of those teams covered. And then if Colorado does cover, Vegas is going to take an even bigger beating, because everybody's got their money on Colorado tonight over Colorado State. 2nd and 5 for Georgia. Beck back to throw. Caught. Good for a first down. Needed 5. Got 7. First down, Georgia. Keeps the drive alive.
Let's go.
SEC's the 4th best conference in the Power 5, ? No. SEC is either 1 or 2, depending on where you want to put the Pac-12. The SEC and the Pac-12 are 1 and 2. I would put the Big 10 at 3, the Big 12 at 4, and the ACC at 5. Brock Bowers picks up a first down there for the Dogs. Under 10 minutes to go now, Georgia in the red zone. Another pass caught behind the line of scrimmage, but nice catch and run by Brock Bowers down inside the 15. 1st and 10. Cash Money Jones gets loose. Touchdown Dogs. 5'5", 111 pounds. Walk on white boy.
He's so cute.
Georgia just out here playing with people. Simple battery ball, says RR. The Fragrance Ball says the trolls are here. They're just dormant and waiting for Georgia to screw up. Well, they're going to have to wait till next week, aren't they? Wait till next week.
Him up.
Like a rag doll. I told you, he's going to weigh about 111 pounds. Look at this little bitty thing. Look how cute he is. Look at him.
Cute. Look at him.
Aw, don't you just want to pat him on his little head?
Know.
Tell him what a good job he did. Richmond laying the hammer on Delaware State, says Wolf Berry. Man, thanks for that. That's a crucial update there. Man. Fragrance said, okay, the trolls are gone. Yeah, they're gone now. Yeah, gone now. There's about 800 trolls in here towards the end of the second quarter. We were up over 20, like around 2,500 people watching. At least 800 or 900 of them were trolls for sure. For sure. Yeah, if Colorado covers tonight too, then Vegas is going to really take a bath. Vegas will really take a bath. I have to say, though, if there was a week for Georgia to have a struggle win, this was a good week for it because the Alabama man really can't say nothing. Florida State man can't say nothing. Now Ohio State looked good today. Today's the best. Now, I got to go back and watch more of the game, but it looks like today might have been the best game Ohio State's played all year. Michigan, they ended up doing all right, didn't they? Michigan might be the best team in the country. Might have to move Michigan to number 1 next week. Might have to drop Georgia from that number 1 spot. Too many slow starts. Three slow starts in a row for Georgia. Might have to drop them down. Not right now, but well, there's more, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can just throw that away. Yeah, I'm good. Oh, can I have something to drink? Here you go. Can I have some of that Mountain Lightning? What's it called? That Mountain Dew? Vanderbilt man here. We're still winning the East. I thought you were gone, troll. What are you doing here? Vanderbilt winning the East. Look, I'm a Vanderbilt fan this year. I need Vanderbilt to win 4 games. I have a big bet on Vanderbilt over 3.5 wins. They play UNLV today. When's that game come on? I need Vanderbilt to win today. Vanderbilt's at 2 wins. They lost last week. If they win today, that'll put them at 3 wins. And then I just need Vanderbilt to win 1 conference game. That's it. Just 1. Just 1. Minus 23.5 for Colorado at home. Yeah, I think Rado will cover. Oregon might not cover. The minus 34. Michigan will cover. Yeah, I like Colorado minus 23.5. Colorado State's horrible. That looked like Colby out there running that in. What did he have, yoga pants on or something? Colby wears yoga pants. It's weird. Miami would beat Georgia by 2 touchdowns, says Logan. Yeah, just continually proving how dumb you are. Miami's been in the ACC for 20 years and hasn't won it a single time. They beat Texas A&M, and now people are supposed to think Miami is serious or something? I don't understand. I really don't get it. I don't get it. Been to ACC 20 years and never won it. How is that possible, man? I'm serious. How is that possible? ACC 20 years. Miami home games with 12 people there. They can't even afford their own stadium. The Miami players have to Uber to their own home games. It's the weirdest thing. They rent out an NFL stadium. They can't afford their own. It's weird. South Florida's a group of 5 team. They're getting their own stadium before Miami is. Make it make sense. Unless Georgia pulls away, move them to number 2, says Dylan Deloney. I think I've seen enough. There really hasn't been a single week this season where Georgia has looked like the number 1 team. Has there? No, there hasn't. There hasn't been a single week this season where Georgia has looked like. So they've been given the benefit of the doubt for 2 or 3 weeks. It's time to move them down a little. Now the AP and all them, they probably won't do it because they don't like to move teams down like that unless they lose usually. But I'm probably gonna move Georgia out of my number 1 spot. The customary Mike Bobo slow start. Damn, this guy for South Carolina just won't take no for an answer. Ends up picking up the first down up near midfield. Captain DCW says at Uncle Lou they moved us. I don't know who us is. What's the SEC record this year versus the ACC? I think it's 1-4. But the SEC has 0 losses to group of 5 teams, and the ACC has about 5. Also, the ACC only has 4 teams ranked in the top 25. That's fucking pitiful. Only 4 teams ranked in the top 25. The SEC is so much better than the ACC, it's not even funny. You got to give credit to the ACC, though. They do have 3 national titles in the last 25 years, which is pretty good. It's pretty good, compared to about 20 for the SEC, though. Will you clown Tennessee if they lose to Sunbelt Billy? Hey, Christian. Nice to meet you. I'm Uncle Lou. But you must be new here. Anybody that loses gets clowned on this channel, whether it's Georgia, Tennessee, or anybody else. So yes, whoever loses between Tennessee and Florida is getting clowned. Whoever loses is getting clowned. Miami's got more coaches in the last 20 years than they do bowl wins. Or hell, even winning seasons for that matter. Oh my God, our O-line and the flags. 2nd and 15 after that false start. This feels like a big drive for South Carolina with 8 minutes to go in the 4th. You have to imagine if Georgia gets the ball back, they're going to sit on it. Drain the clock. 2nd and 15. Rattler back to throw. Scrambles out to his right. Gets rid of it. Threw it away out of bounds. Incomplete. 3rd and 15. Rattler was running for his life that time. Had to just chunk it towards the sideline. Big 3rd down coming up. 3rd and 15. Up near midfield. Is that Darius Smith? Darius Smith.
Look at him.
Look at him.
Yeah.
His dad's in the chat all the time here. This guy for Georgia that just chased Spencer Rattler out of the pocket. Darius Smith is the player's name. His dad is in the chat a lot. I don't know if he's here today. He's probably at the game right now, but he's been here a long time. 3rd and 15. Rattler back to throw. Under pressure, gets rid of it. Out of bounds, got absolutely rocked when he threw the ball. 4th and 15 from midfield. I don't know if they go for it here or what they do. Michael Williams put the pressure on him that time. No, actually he didn't get hit. He let up at the end. Probably a good thing, too. They're looking to throw a flag on any reason on the quarterback. 4th and 15. Yawn, look at your team against South Carolina. Could be worse. We could get blown out by Middle Tennessee State like you did. Kirby's never lost to a group of 5 team. Mario Cristobal goes to Miami and gets blown out by Middle Tennessee State. South Carolina took a timeout right before that play. So with 7:50 to go, Georgia's up 24-14, and South Carolina's going to be looking at a 4th and 15 after the commercial break. Did you get any medicine? Let me take one of them things. You think it'll work?
Hopefully.
Did you get anything from eardrops? Florida-Tennessee game starts in 30 minutes. Hopefully the Georgia game will end before that one starts. But I'm going to keep streaming until the Georgia-South Carolina game ends. And then the stream will switch to Patreon for the primetime games. Excluding Ohio State, what's the highest ranked team Michigan has beaten in 5 years? Should be number one. You crazy, woo? Dogs pissed me off that whole first half. Can we get a damn kicker? Thought Zirkle was supposed to be big coming out of high school. Let him kick a few of these inside 30. Defense has turned it up. Yeah, the defense has played a lot better in the second half. I don't know what was going on in the first half. That was bad in the first half.
They looked horrible.
That's what made me so mad, because I've seen Georgia's offense play bad before, and the defense saved the day over and over again. But to see the defense play bad, that was alarming to me in the first half. All right, 4th and 15. Here we go. I'll get to the rest of these super chats in a second. 4th and 15. Rattler back to throw. 3-man rush. Still under pressure. Gets rid of it. Incomplete. Turnover on downs. Be Georgia's ball with 7:43 to go right at midfield. Kind of new, yeah, but I enjoy the content. Thank you, Christian Russell. I appreciate that. Lou clowns on Miami even when they win, says number one fan of the U. Will you clown Tennessee if they lose to Sun Belt? Billy? Yeah. Well, obviously, whoever loses that game, it's going to be funny no matter who loses that game. And then, of course, tomorrow on the Your Season Is Over video, we'll highlight all the teams that lose today. Every one of them. Where are we at here on the Super Chats? Lou, you're talking about last year, 40-plus transfers later. Yeah, see, you just continue to prove how little you know about college football, Logan. Even the team you pretend to be a fan of. Miami didn't have anywhere near 40 transfers. So they brought in 17 transfers, if I remember right. But it's nowhere near 40. So I'm not sure if you're just like literally making things up, like for fun. That combined with just your general ignorance of football. But to suggest that Miami brought in 40-plus transfers is honestly the dumbest thing I've heard today. And I've heard a lot of dumb shit today. A lot of it I got written down right here. It was so dumb I had to write it down. What you just said is so dumb I don't need to write it down. I'm sure I'll remember it. That's how dumb it is. It'll stand out as the absolute dumbest thing I've heard. That there's somebody that's pretending to be a Miami fan on the internet that thinks Miami brought in 40-plus transfers. That's unbelievable to me. I'm not even reading the rest of that comment because the first part of it was so blatantly wrong and stupid. I'm starting to think you either have somebody typing this out for you or you have like a speak and spell phone, because there's no way you can be this dumb and still type these sentences out yourself. Bama 6-3 in their last 9 games, says RR. Yeah, wheels falling off. Wheels falling off in Tuscaloosa. 3rd and 2. Georgia's going to take a timeout just inside the South Carolina 40 with 6:15 to go in the fourth quarter. Gerald Armstrong, thank you for the super chat. He said, why did Bama agree to a road game to a group of 5? Well, Bama was probably good back when they scheduled this game. If they'd have known they were going to be this terrible, they probably wouldn't have scheduled it. The Duke man says ACC is 4-1 versus the SEC this season. That's a fact. That is a fact. Dontavius Young. Wow, thank you, Dontavius. That's very kind of you, sir. He says, imagine being the Canes and can't even sell 65% of your tickets. That Miami home game they had last week was like the biggest game Miami's had in a decade. They couldn't sell it out. It was so bad that they were handing out buy one, get one free tickets. So if you bought a ticket to last week's Miami-Texas A&M game, they gave you a free ticket to the Miami-Georgia Tech game. That's how desperate they are at Miami for people to actually waste their time going to Miami games. But do you know why Miami fans don't go to the games?
Why?
Because they've been pissed on and shit on for far too long.
Wow.
Because this happens over and over again. They beat somebody early in the year. People like Logan get all excited on the internet. Then Miami goes 8-4. They spend all offseason talking about how good they're going to be next year. Next year comes around. They go 5-7. They fire their coach. And we're right back. Then it's just right back here again. Yeah. So that's why nobody goes to the games there. So it's kind of hard to blame them, actually. But he says, try going to your team's games before talking all this smack about how good your team is. Newsflash, you beat Texas A&M, not Michigan, not Georgia. Hell, you might lose to Duke. So calm down. Boy, you think Miami's going to lose to Duke? Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Don't tell Logan that. Hillbilly Skeptic says you missed my last sewer chat. See if I can find your last sewer chat. Excluding Ohio State, what's the highest rank? No, I read that. Excluding Ohio State was, I read that like 5 minutes ago. $48,000 attendance average. That's fucking poverty, dude. That's poverty. I know you're not bragging about 48,000 fans, man. There's no way. There's no way you're bragging about 48,000 fans. Number one fan of the youth, thank you for the super chat. He said Miami had 11 incoming transfers in 2022 and 18 outgoing. But an announcer said that dumb 40-something this in the game. Oh, and Logan's one of those dumb fucks that just believes everything he hears an announcer say? I got you. That makes sense, actually. Yeah, I figured Logan was too fucking stupid to come up with that number on his own. I knew he must have heard it somewhere, but yeah, it's wrong, though. It's completely fucking wrong. They brought in 17 transfers. Crimson Kings, thank you for the super chat. He says, as a Bama fan, I haven't been this embarrassed since Bama lost to Louisiana Monroe in 2007. This O-line is a joke, and so are these QBs. Those are the two issues. It would be bad if Bama, I forgot about that whole thing. I've been running around trying to defend the SEC because they've been so bad the first 3 weeks of the season with their record against the ACC and all that. But the ACC's got like 5 losses to the group of 5, and the SEC's got 0 losses to the group of 5. What if Alabama comes out here and loses to a group of 5 team? Georgia punts it away. Ball goes out of bounds at the 6-yard line. So bad news is field goal kicker is fucking hot dog water. Good news is punter seems to know what he's doing. Still tied, 3 apiece, 14:45 to go in the third quarter.
Wow.
2nd and 8, South Florida's got the ball on their own 27-yard line. A handoff, tries to get to the outside. Not much room. Might have gained 2 yards. What's up with Bama's offense? What offense? They ain't got now. They don't have one. They done played. Tyler Buckner started. And they got Ty Simpson in there. They don't know what they're doing. It's an absolute mess. I mean, what's wrong with their offense is Tommy Rees, which you know, we tried to tell them that when they went out and got Tommy Rees. Tommy Rees is like 11 years old. The only difference between it'd be like hiring Logan in the comments section to run your offense. The only difference between Tommy Rees and Logan is that Tommy Rees makes more money. That's it. That was a huge mistake to hire him as offensive coordinator. A huge mistake. They brag about 40. He said, bragged about the average attendance of 45,000 people in somebody else's stadium. I'm glad the Dolphins let Miami use their stadium, though.
Sounds kind of
Michael Sprague says, "Roll Tide, T-I-E-D." Yeah, it tied 3-3. Roll Tide. Oh yeah, you know what?
Genius.
Hold on. That would. I'm gonna tweet. I'm gonna steal that from you, Michael Sprague, if you don't mind. I'm pretty sure you don't. But I'm gonna steal that from you real quick. Thank you, Michael Sprague. 5:15 to go. Georgia still up 10. Let's see. What am I looking for? Oh, yeah. Hot Rod just started a YouTube channel. Could use him now, says Jake. Boy, Hot Rod's the greatest field goal kicker in the history of mankind, in my opinion. Dontavius, thank you again. He says, 2011 Miami, we back. 2012 Miami, we back. 2013 Miami, we back. 2014 Miami, we back. All the way up to the year of the Lord 2023, we back. Same old song. Hey, remember that one? Remember they won 10 games back at? They've only won 10 games one time the entire in 20 years of being in the ACC. They've only won 10 games once. It was 2017 with a Georgia throwaway as head coach. We fired Mark Richt on a Friday. By lunchtime, Miami had him in office down there. They hired that man so quick. He goes down there, he gets a 110 win season, and then quit on him. Whee! Bama's offense is better than Georgia's. Mark who? Uh-oh, big play by Carolina. Somebody better tackle him. Across midfield, out of bounds at the 45. Let me get serious here, because if South Carolina scores, you know Shane Beamer's going to do some fucking rinky-dink onside kick bullshit. I better start watching this game here. Edward needs to throw Florida State in his trash can on Monday. Go Gators, Captain Trips. I don't know. They won, so I can't clown them too bad. It's not like Georgia looks great today. Spencer Rattler back to throw on 1st and 10 under pressure, but gets rid of it. Incomplete. 2nd and 10 coming up. Tyke Smith on the coverage. Underrated says Forrest Gump subbing in at QB any minute now. Oh, yeah, well, I wouldn't be surprised if the Gump fans were on Twitter calling for Forrest. How come Forrest Gump ain't played? You know they think Forrest Gump is real. Alabama fans are something, man. They think Forrest Gump is a biography. Like, they think it's a documentary. They do. They think the Forrest Gump movie is a documentary like Rudy or something. Like it's real. Another pass complete and another big gain down the sideline into the red zone, but there's a flag down. I think they're going to get Carolina for holding.
damn.
Let's see. That's going to take away a big play for Carolina if that's true. Oh, yeah, he tackled the man. Yeah, I mean, come on. Yeah, that. I mean, you have to call that. That's obvious. That's blatant there. You got to call that. Yeah, they think Forrest Gump's a documentary. Did Miami man inject brain dead into his chat GPT? I'm not sure what he did, to be honest. I'm not sure what he did. Mark Richt has an actual health concerns. Urban Meyer. Yeah, Urban Meyer ain't got no health concerns. He just makes shit up. Mark Richt's got Parkinson's, though. Ty Simpson for Bama, sacked. Bama's so bad. 2nd and 20. Rattler throws over the middle. Wow, that would have been a hell of a catch. Incomplete, though. 3rd and 20. Rattler's got an arm on him now. Saban looks so devastated right now. God, I think my Hogs actually have a chance this year. Haven't beaten them since '06, says Jordan Sherrill. It looks like this might be the type of year where literally everybody that plays Bama's got a chance to beat them. They just look so dysfunctional. I was talking earlier about how there's been years where Georgia's offense didn't play well, or games where Georgia's off, but you could always rely on the defense to bail them out. Like, no matter how good of a team you are, you're going to have days where one side of the ball or the other doesn't play well. But the problem with Alabama, intercepted by a white guy. Is that Dan Jackson? Yeah. Wow.
That's it.
The white guy picked off the khaki guy. The white guy intercepted the ball from the khaki guy. But the problem with Alabama is that they're not any good on either side of the ball, and both lines of scrimmage are terrible. Yeah, Dan Jackson's a walk-on, too. Dan Jackson's a walk-on, too. I think that's our 5th or 6th interception of the season. That's our 5th or 6th interception of the season. Uncle Lou, your 5 or 6 loss prediction for Bama and Clemson is looking pretty good. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Not individually, but total. I made a prediction saying that Bama and Clemson would have a total of 6 losses this year. Asher Trasher, thank you for the super chat. He says, Alabama fans are slower than my great-grandmother on her walker, and she's dead. God damn.
That was a good play.
Yeah, but did you hear what this guy said?
No, I'm sorry, I missed it.
He said Alabama fans are slower than my great-grandmother on her walker, and my great-grandmother is dead. That's pretty slow.
That's really slow.
Yeah. Sorry about that with your grandmother, too, though. Bama fans are already saying South Florida would beat South Carolina, so UGA at half was worse. Yeah. Well, if Alabama loses this game, they're going to be unbeatable. Because Alabama, the more games Alabama loses, the better they get, according to national media and Alabama fans. Oh, you don't want to play Alabama now.
They're mad.
Now they done lost a game. Now that you think Alabama was good after they got blown out by Texas? Wait till you see how good they are now that they've lost 2 games in a row, and one of them was to a Group of 5 team named South Florida. Wait till you see how good they are now. You don't want to play a mad Alabama team. Don Tavius says, yeah, back in 2017, what happened? Miami got whipped 38-3 by Clemson Kelly Bryant. You remember Miami QB Malik Rozier? I know you don't. Miami doesn't either. I actually do remember Malik Rozier. Yeah, I actually do remember Malik Rozier. Miami. The U, Ed Reed, 5 rings. Logan was 3 years old last time Miami had a good season. And he's 30 now. Texas, we're back win versus the Gumps. Not so impressive now, says Michael Grubbs. All right. Come on, Georgia. Wrap this thing up. Get another couple of first downs so we don't have to miss the beginning of the Tennessee-Florida game. 2nd and 5. Georgia picks up a couple of yards. 3rd and short coming up. Uncle Lou, I'm almost convinced Coach Saban isn't running this team anymore and hasn't for a couple of years. It's absolute poverty, says Bama fanatic. No, I'm sorry, but I'm not going to let you get away with that. Saban hired Tommy Rees. Saban hired Kevin Steele. So this thing where now that Alabama's doing bad, it's because Saban has separated himself from everything that's going on. No. What you're seeing right now is a direct result of Nick Saban. So, look, when Alabama does really, really good, people say Nick Saban's amazing. You can't then say when Alabama's bad that, oh, well, I guess Nick Saban doesn't have anything to do with this team. And no, it doesn't work that way. Need Miami versus Tennessee. Call it the Bath Salts versus the Butt Chuggers Bowl. I don't think Miami's going to have a good enough record to play Tennessee in a bowl game. Saban is still in the chair. Bama needs to fire everybody but Saban. Alabama may just lose this game. Still tied 3 apiece. 8:40 to go in the 3rd. Manny says, why was I put on timeout? I have no idea, Manny. I haven't put anybody in timeout, so I don't know. Maybe someone did it on accident, or if someone did it on purpose, I don't know. If it was for no reason, I apologize. I don't know who would have done that. My Gamecocks lost, but they played better than I hoped, and considering that's something, congrats, Lou. Yeah, I mean, y'all had me worried. I'm not going to lie. You had me worried. What did I tell you when I walked in the living room at halftime?
That Georgia was going to lose.
I walked in the living room at halftime, and I said, Georgia's going to lose this game.
And what did I say?
You told me to be, maybe, I forget what you said. I don't know.
I said, have faith.
Yeah, told me to have faith. But at the time, I didn't have any.
No.
At the time, I had no faith.
He looked defeated.
Yeah. I was upset. I was upset at halftime. Miami, Florida State, Texas, Colorado having we back parties at the same time. Say it ain't so. Yeah, it's weird. It's really weird. Georgia kicks it away. Goes out of bounds. Inside the 15. At the 13, 14-yard line, I think. 3 touchdowns, now a pick negated due to penalties, says Crimson Kings. 3 touchdowns negated due to penalties? In this game? In the South Florida game? What?
Huh?
South Florida punting with 7 minutes to go in the 3rd. Punt goes out of bounds. 1st and 10. Rattler back to throw. Incomplete. 2nd and 10. 1:28 to go. South Carolina down 10 points. Do something nice for Jackpot. He had real tears flowing. I do nice things for Jackpot all the time. All the time. Jackpot was in my chat trolling me in the 2nd quarter.
Yes, he was the first.
Okay? Instead of doing his stream or whatever he's got going on, he was in my chat in the 2nd quarter of this game trolling me. But now you want me to go over there and do something nice for him because South Carolina sucks again. Now I'm always going to be nice to Jackpot because he's my friend and he's my buddy. But the idea that I should somehow give him a hug when he was in here in the 2nd quarter trolling me, I don't know about that now. No, 1 negated in this game and 2 versus Texas. Okay, that's why I was asking Crimson Kings, because I know that I know about the 2 again. I saw the 2 get called back against Texas. That's why it blew my mind when you said 3. I was thinking, what, 3 in this game? But I see, I got you. You say 1 in this game. I've had this game on the whole time, Crimson Kings, but you know how it is. It's hard. I can't watch every play of 3 different games, so I can go back and forth. But plus that big long delay in the Alabama game kind of messed me up. Has Saban lost his fire or just ran out of coordinators that are worth a damn? By the way, South Florida's coach for the OC from Tennessee that beat Bama last year. Yeah, I did know that. I did know the South Florida coach was Tennessee's OC from last year. But let's be honest. South Florida's not beating. It's 3-3. it's not like South Florida's offense is out here lighting the world on fire. If anything, this the defensive deal here. You know? Time is it? 6:48. Get ready for the Florida game. Florida-Tennessee game here pretty soon. This is legitimately the worst game I've ever seen Bama play under Saban, says Mike Milley. They played some bad games back in 2007. I know it was a long time ago, but you remember they lost to Louisiana Monroe. Spencer Rattler steps up, takes off running, slides at around the 17 or 18 yard line. It's going to be 4th and about 8. Georgia looks beatable this year for sure. They looked beatable last year in 3 or 4 games too, remember? They looked beatable against Samford. They looked beatable against Kent State. They looked beatable against Mizzou. But for some reason, nobody was able to beat them. 4th and 8. .30 seconds to go. 4th and 8. Rattler back to throw. Running for his life. Another holding call on South Carolina.
Wow.
Nothing worse than giving hope and snatching it right back, says Yash Shrivastava. Yeah, I've been on both ends of this thing here. I mean, you know, I've been on both ends of this thing here. I've been winning games at halftime and lost them. Big games. National championship games, 2017. All over Alabama in the first half of that thing. Found a way to lose. 2018 SEC championship game, same thing. Boy, Bama can't even catch screen passes. This is bad. Is that mildew? What, did he just wake up? You see that? Mildew's on the sideline yawning and stretching and shit like he just woke up from a nap or something. Rattler back to throw. Intercepted. Intercepted. Who was that got that one? Tyke Smith. I'm good. I'm glad to see him get one. Tyke Smith was an All-American 3 years ago at West Virginia. He transferred to Georgia, immediately got hurt, and this is the first year he's been able to play. And he's played really well all 3 weeks. There he goes.
Nice.
All right, that's it. Georgia's just going to come out and take a knee. So I'm going to end the stream. I'm streaming all the primetime games over on my Patreon page. So there's a link in the description of this video, I think. Let me check. Yeah, there's a link in the description that'll take you over to the Patreon page. In about 5 or 10 minutes, there will be a link posted on my Patreon page. Just click that link and it'll take you to the primetime stream. Tennessee, Florida. There was another one on tonight too that I'm forgetting. What's the other game that's on tonight that's worth watching? There's another one that's on too, and I'm forgetting which one it is. Anyway, we're going to be watching all the primetime games. So I'm going to end this stream, take like a 5-minute break, and then start the Patreon stream for the primetime games. Again, the link is in the description of this video. It'll take you to the Patreon page if you want to have a look around and get yourself signed up. I had a good time. Shout out to the Carolina fans. You had Uncle Lou worried in the first half. I'm not going to lie. I thought we were going to lose this game. So, congratulations to the Dogs. They get a win. I think Carolina will win more games than they lose this year. Don't know how many more. They got some tough games, but I think they'll win more than they lose. They'll make a bowl game. So, anyway, you had me worked up. You got me worried. You had me nervous. You got the trolls all excited for like an hour. They got to come and make fun of me in the second quarter. So, all in all, it was a pretty good game. Who would have thought in 2017, the national championship, was 6 years later, Clemson would be getting blown out by a basketball school, and Bama tied with Southern Florida, possibly lose in 2023. What a year! Yeah. Hey, Dontavius, thank you. Thank you to everybody for hanging out, the thumbs up, participating in the comment section. That all means a lot, and especially those of you who hit the super chat. That's a really big deal. I'm a full-time YouTuber, and it's hard for a channel my size, because I don't have a big channel, 60-something thousand subscribers. It's hard for a channel this size to make enough money to do this full-time year-round. So I really appreciate those of you who chose to help support the show and the channel with the super chat. That means a lot. and Dontavius, especially you, sir. Really, really appreciate it. We'll do it again next week. For those of you who are on the Patreon page, I'll see y'all in about 10 or 15 minutes for the primetime games.